We waited like 6 hours for this.
I know. Okay. We should be live now. Hopefully
Fully.
this is going to be hopefully the last time we have to do any fixes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's been 6 hours since we fixed the issue. And hopefully we are now live. Any issues with quality?
I mean, it looks like we are.
Yeah. I'm just gonna click.
So.
I'm just gonna click continue. Is everything smooth? I'm not getting any messages saying skipped frames.
It looks to be fine. Oh my god, we did it! We
Oh
did it.
my god! Oh my god! This is.
We did the thing!
I'm tearing up. I really am.
Oh. We did it!
Okay, I'm not gonna go through any of the cutscenes. We're just gonna go straight back in to seeing our friend get murdered.
Yeah.
You know, the usual stuff. Okay, so recap. We've just found our friend dead in the room where we've been hiding in the wardrobe. Locked room murder with us locked in it. So let's go straight back to it. Okay, I should listen to what she has to say.
What does she have to say?
I don't know. Let's see. Asugi's death. Wasogi. So, is it really true? He was murdered? Well, you going to answer us? And these handcuffs are because I'm the accused? Under suspicion of murdering Asogi? When Kazuma was first discovered, this room was completely locked from the inside. Ooh. Locked from the inside, as in proper locked room murder. Who died? Our best friend Asogi. It would have been impossible to enter the cabin. The door was latched from the inside. In other words, even if the culprit could have gained entry, they could not have escaped. Yeah. What? It follows that the killer was inside the cabin. It's the only conclusion that makes sense. Would you like to raise any objections? I mean... we've been locked in a cupboard. So then how did he die? You just committed the crime this morning and yet you intend to feign ignorance. Yes? I have no clue how he died.
Oh, Embor's here. Welcome, Embor.
Hey! You're getting all the big names in. I wonder if Chaz is actually still here or if he's just bailed. I wouldn't blame him, honestly. No one wants to wait around for someone trying to fix a stream. Okay. Please tell me I'm begging you. Okay. The cause of death is not yet clear. So they don't know exactly how he died. The ship's doctor is investigating, but he isn't adequately trained to perform autopsies. Specific details may have to wait until we reach the next port. Uh-oh. That means the body has no obvious fatal injuries, right? Yes, that's correct. Uh-oh. Is it poisoning? Is it anything? I don't know. About the incident. What exactly happened here? Why was Asugi's life taken from him? I'm sure that you know the answer to that. Huh? After all, you were here the entire time. You're right, of course, but... she is not letting up at all. Just look at her cold stare. Oof. Oh. He would always be up before dawn, ready to greet the morning with his daily training. And I would always be waiting for him outside his cabin. So, however, the usual routine didn't happen today because he never came out of his room. So by that time, Asogi was already... I tried knocking on the door, but there was no response. I was worried, so I decided to call for a sailor's help. And they burst down the door. The door's bolt was no match for the strength of several grown men. It broke open. Oh, super strong. And there he was.
Doopa doopa, swoompa doopa.
Lovely. I love seeing my friends die. He was lying on the floor and writing in Russian? Is that Russian? I don't know. His body must have been lying where that outline tape is now. Oh, Embor's just subscribed. How dare you not be subscribed before, Embor? Please, come on. I thought we were all friends here. Oh. Speaking of which, Ghost, are you subscribed to me?
Yeah, I have been for a while now.
Nice, nice. Didn't know if I had to end up with another dead body. Okay, I was asleep inside the wardrobe the whole time. Asleep? Allow me to make my stance very clear. I don't believe that sounds plausible. I mean, depending on how deep a sleep you're in. I mean, I'm always asleep. My parents could never wake me up. Alright, I've told you everything I know. Now, it's your turn to speak.
Well, you're speaking a little bit ahead of the stream.
Oh, am I? Is that so?
Yeah.
Might be an onset delay from Discord.
I assume so.
Let's see if I can fix that. Is it the gameplay is slower than my speaking, or am I?
Oh no, the gameplay is just fine. It's just your.
I'm way ahead.
It's just your voice coming up. Yeah, it's ahead.
So it's ahead. So the gameplay is delayed. So I'll delay the sounds. Bear with me.
Yeah.
I can quickly fix that. And what about? I'm guessing your voice on there is in time because it's coming through the same port.
It could be, it could not be. I'm not actually reading off any lines, so I don't actually know for sure, but I mean, I don't see any problem with it, so.
My mic is just slightly ahead, okay. So
Yeah.
I'll just offset it by 10 milliseconds. Was not planned.
Not the first thing the stream that happened that wasn't planned.
Nice, okay. So we'll wait a couple of seconds to make sure the delay fixes it. Hopefully so. Please, 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 please. Everyone's saying my ears to the fact I dropped my mic on the keyboard. That was my bad. I'm sorry, everyone. So are we all good? All good? Okay, I understand. The back of my head is starting to throb again. Obviously we got hit in the back of the head, I think. Ooh, so this is more talking. Stowaway. To start with, why are you even on board this steamship in the first place? Good question. I'm certain I heard something about a stowaway earlier. Yes, well, the truth is exactly that. It's been half a month since we left Japan. I've been hiding in this cabin the entire time. I wasn't aware. So you sneaked behind Kazma's back and hid yourself away inside his cabin. No, it'd be impossible for me to pull off something like that. I'm too loud. Yes, I suppose you're right. Asogi was actually the one who asked me to come along. He wanted us to travel to the Great British Empire together, because he's so nice. Got my refreshments. Kazma asked you to do that? Can I ask what his reason was? That's something that even I'm not sure of. You're not even sure? Hey, Asogi, tell me why already. Why go this far? To take me along to the Great British Empire? Because the Great British Empire is so great. Trust me, I live there.
Awesome. I mean, the first character from the series, if she was any indication, clearly. A first impression.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it for a while now. Ever since the end of that trial. I know you heard me when I said it to you then. You're meant to be an attorney. Yeah, I remember. But you weren't really being serious, were you? You've got the talent, I guarantee it. Well, I don't plan on becoming an attorney, whether you think I'll be any good at it or not. Well, that's something you have to decide for yourself. London is the vanguard of the modern world. It's a bustling metropolis of culture. There's no harm in seeing that world for yourself, is there? Of course not, that much goes without saying. Hey Ghost, did you want to do some of the voices?
Need to see the screen, because there's no screen share up on Discord, and I'm
Oh, is there not?
I've been going off.
Oh, I think that might be why the stream's going so well. I'm betting as soon as I turn screen share on. Ready?
Yep.
Go. Turn stream quality off. Entire screen. Here we go. This is where it just tanks, isn't it?
That looks fine for me.
Fingers crossed.
It looks
Oop.
There it comes. There it comes. There's the lag.
Hey! Stream is dying. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, we can't screen share.
Turn off screen share.
Turn off screen share. That was the cause of it. Stop scaring my screen. There we go.
Oh. Okay.
Oh wait.
It's fine.
Oh dear. Make sure the stream's all right still. That really did not work.
Right now the stream is still buffering. Just give it a second. Okay, it's back. It's back. Good. Okay. Alright,
Okay.
So that whole mess was happening because of screen share. So
no go on screen share in future, I guess.
I guess so, yeah.
Rip.
I'm getting a laggy version, or rather a played picture of the thing, so I can't really do voices, but
That's fine, that's fine. I thought screen share was still on.
It's going
God.
amazing.
Okay. Well, truth be told, I also have a selfish reason for going through with this. If you were to become an attorney, then someday... Someday? Someday what? Never mind. It's nothing. Huh? There was a certain subject that Kazuma often spoke about to me. I want to change Japan's judicial system, he would say. Perhaps he wanted to carry out the mission with you at his side. Yes, that might be possible. Very curious as to what his true motivations were. Well, so am I now. While we were talking about that, his eyes... Oh, he's looking sad. They seem dark in a way that I'd never seen before. I'm really sorry that we didn't tell you about the stowaway situation. Well, this is Kazuma we're talking about. I think that he didn't want me to have anything to do with it instead of being an accessory to crime. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Just so we both accept from Asogi. If you really aren't the culprit, then allow me to ask you a question. What happened in this cabin last night? Well, I don't really remember. Here we go. Last night, Hosogi brought his meal to the cabin, as usual. And after that, I climbed into the wardrobe for the night, as usual. Then I assume you fell asleep. Yeah. I mean, that's usually what you do at the end of the night.
Yeah, don't you ever just jump into your favorite little,
yes.
your favorite wardrobe and,
Yeah, the wardrobe is a comfy place to sleep, you know? So,
I mean, there's no, who needs soft, cushiony fabric when you have hard wood? I mean,
yeah,
come on, man.
And some clothes probably just brushing against your face. Okay, so you
it's
mean...
all natural.
Yeah, so you mean to tell me that while someone murdered Kazuma, you were sound asleep? I mean, that seems to be the case. Yes, that's how I remember it.
We got a circle. We got a loading circle.
No.
That. Or it. False alarm.
All good?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay. Comment saying he's got no reason to kill himself, and also why would there be a dying message? But it's the fact that it's in Russian, as mentioned by Sherlock Holmes earlier, that it's in clear Russian. When I finally did wake up, I found myself in handcuffs. And on top of that, for some odd reason, my head has been throbbing. Huh? Is something the matter? No. Everything is fine. Clearly she knows what's happened to the back of our heads. Probably. At least I think so. Anyway, you have to believe me, I'm not the real culprit. Trust me, it's not as if I don't want to believe you. But I can't think of any other way this crime could have been committed. Yeah. I mean, it's all stacked against me. Sort of like every other case. Asogi, just why? Why did you have to die like this? I have to do something. Don't move a muscle. As the culprit... Yeah. As the culprit, you are forbidden to leave the scene of your crime. I refuse to accept that. Asogi was murdered here. I wasn't able to do anything about it. With that in mind, do you think I would be really okay just sitting here, not being able to do a thing? If that is how you feel, just what exactly do you intend to do? I'll investigate his death from start to finish, as thoroughly as I can. I'll investigate who killed him, along with how and why the killer did it. I mean, that's usually what you do in an investigation. Yeah. So, please, excuse me. Oh!
What happened?
I just got flipped upside down.
That's not good.
Literally, I just got thrown by Suzuto. Just flipped. What in the world?
Oh!
That was the Suzuto toss. Suzuto toss? Somehow
no, that's not a toss. That's her back. That's just her back.
That was a suplex. Yeah, somehow I doubt that I've ever heard of a move like that. I'm now upside down. Wonderful. In that case, prove it to me. Prove? If you are truly innocent, then show me your evidence. But how can I do that? Have you already forgotten? Not long ago, you were acting as your own defence on trial. And that was for the first case. Oh, so that's it. I'll need to present some decisive evidence. Wait, what's going on in the court record? Let's see. Anything on the back? Let's see. Adhesive. These traces of the glue were used to paste the seal on that wardrobe. Actually,
oh, that means he couldn't have opened the wardrobe. Yeah.
Yeah, so he didn't bring anything we could use for glue with him. So we had the idea to mash up boiled rice into a sticky paste. Being a stowaway, it was hard to give up the extra food, but we carefully mashed it up and skillfully spread it onto the wardrobe. That's actually pretty cool. And of course it's probably Japanese for do not open.
Do not open the thing.
Yeah, it's the do not open seal I poured my heart and soul into scrawling out. I'll never forget the feedback Asogi so stoically offered to me when I wrote it. Come on, do you honestly think the Russian sailors will be able to read that? But it will surely get the point across, is what we went with after slapping it on. Maybe it was just creepy considering how long it took someone to actually open it. I need to get Suzuto to understand. I'll need to show her evidence. Evidence that will prove I'm innocent. Well, I guess it's a do not open seal. When you discovered me earlier, did you find this stuck on that wardrobe over there by any chance? Why yes, that is correct. I do recall something like that. You see, whenever I went to sleep, Asogi would always paste this on for me. It was meant to keep the sailors from opening that wardrobe. Same thing, you know. Of course, last night was no different. Now that you mention it, earlier, just before we found you, we pulled off that very seal you speak of. If I was the criminal, then in order to enact my crime, I would have torn off a seal as I exited the wardrobe. Indeed, it would be as you say. In other words, it would be impossible for me to be Asogi's murderer.
I love how he's just presenting all of this, like, while he's still upside down.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, just get out of my pocket. There we go. Even when you're down on your back. I can see why Kazma thought so highly of you.
My head.
Yeah. Is he actually going to get up? If it's alright with you, would you kindly help me up then? There we go. We're up the right way round again.
Not on my screen.
Well, I will be in a minute. In light of this new information, I will allow you to investigate the scene as you wish. Ah, thank you very much. Have I cleared up my name then? No. Oh. Great. Not yet. It's still possible that you use some sort of strange sorcery to reattach that seal. Sister, what kind of person do you think I am? A wizard. You're a wizard, Naruhodo. You're a wizard, Naruhodo. First of all, let's thoroughly investigate the scene. I shall accompany you. Got it. Let's do this, Suzuto. Please, do not misunderstand my intentions. As I said, my doubts are not yet entirely resolved. Sort of reminds me of Rafer from Spirit of Justice. Just like, I'm making sure you're not doing anything wrong. To make sure you do nothing to vandalise the crime scene, I will be observing you closely. Do not dare to use any strange sorcery to get rid of any evidence you might find.
I think they, I think one of the nicknames I heard for it was like, I don't know, like an angry onion or something like that.
I think it was a no, not hedgehog. Porcupine. Or barbed
no, I'm not talking about, I'm not talking about her calling Phoenix Wrightson. I'm talking about, I saw like a YouTube comment commenting about, like, the girl herself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it spoilery?
Then again, that's... I doubt it. I mean, it's just a nickname. And I've beaten in Spirit Justice. I don't see how it connects to anything.
I see. Oh, okay. We're actually examining. Ooh. Ooh, there's a soldier. I'm going to talk to the soldier. Sailor. I ought to question that sailor who keeps watch over the crime scene. Excuse me, may I just have a moment of your time? He's probably going to tell me to just F off. What do you want? Let's see. How are things going on your side of the investigation? I've heard that the Japanese don't tell jokes, but it looks like my sources were wrong. Huh? The criminal himself telling me to report to him? That's a really funny joke, friend.
Eats a joke.
Yeah, eats a joke. Although he is Russian, actually. I should say it in a Russian accent. He's labelled you as a criminal. I think you'll have trouble getting to him if you take you seriously. Well, I'm already talking to him. I might as well try and find out for more information. Was there anything peculiar about last night? What the heck would that be? Shut up and go in sitting corner or something. This conversation over. For some reason.
Sit in the corner.
Yeah. That sailor seems flustered just for an instant.
Go to time, I'll think about what you've done.
Yeah. Think about what you've done. Ah, come to think of it. What is it, Susato? Whenever I examine things, I feel as though my vision begins to narrow. Uh-oh, that can't be a good sign. I'm sure you're already aware of this, but... Oh, I see. Of course, moving around.
I don't see anything, because...
Yeah. Yes, we know, Ghost. We know. Oh, I like one of the messages in chat. Prank gone wrong, gone sexual, my best friend died. Shocked emoji, shocked emoji, shocked emoji. Accurate.
Don't worry about it. Joke.
Yeah. Sundari Russian sailor. Ooh. Yes, you're right. That's exactly what I've been doing. I think my vision just narrowed a bit. Okay. Oh, I see. Automatically shows like... Ooh, nice. Nice. Examine a bookshelf. These books have all fallen over. Not a single one is left standing. Is that a statuette of the guardian god of the sea? It's fallen on his side. Looks like everything on his shelf toppled over like a deck of cards. Do you think by any chance that Kazuma knocked all these over when he was practicing his swordsmanship? No way. I don't think he would do that. You sure? He gets quite feisty with that sword.
See what
Okay.
what that reminds me of?
What?
Incorporate this into like a joke, but it reminds me of walked into like his bookshelf or whatever.
Nice. Did you lose your temper?
That's it. Josuke's the real killer. Josuke's the real killer.
Oh, I see. Okay, did you lose your temper and knock everything over after you woke up? I wouldn't have left the wardrobe just to do something like that, you know. Something happened to knock all these items loose. Anyway, let's put things back as they were. This is going to bother me otherwise. Ah, bit of OCD. Ooh, what's that?
Oh, it's a little statue. Well, it's a little statue boy on top shelf.
Oh, little boy. Okay, the SS Alclair's ship regulations.
Oh, what if that's what knocked him over the head?
Oh, that's a point.
Oh, it's the ship regulations.
Oh, regulation posted here on the placard. It's something akin to a list of requests from the captain to the passengers. Do not store any dangerous goods, such as weapons or animals, in the cabins. I mean, they already stored an animal. What? Why are you staring at me like that? Ah, no, it's nothing. I was just thinking, are you more of a weapon or an animal? Literally, just as I say it. He's already more of an animal than anything else. It just happened to cross my mind for a second.
I love the look that she gives him while saying that.
It's just like...
Head tilt.
Either way, you can still mark me off as a forbidden possession, I guess. Nice.
Forbidden fruit.
Forbidden fruit. Oh, clean your mouth with that. Okay, what's in the trunk? That's quite a large trunk. It's more like a big box of memories for me now. Memories? I don't quite follow. To tell you the truth, we use the trunk to transport me aboard during embarkment. You actually fit. Ah, that explains the warning label. Do not turn upside down. Oh, imagine if that happened. Oh. Yeah, I should have known better than to think the sailors would be able to read that. And so I was flipped over and thrown, tossed and flipped over again so many times. Ouch.
Upside down, you're turning me. Do the shots, or whatever her name's, flip. Round and round, you turn me. Bum ba da ba da ba. Upside down. Yeah, you turn me. Inside out.
I'm bopping to this.
Smuggle me onto a boat. With a bunch of Russians. My best friend's dead.
Beautiful. Beautiful. You just had to add my best friend's dead on there.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Voice.
Okay. Smuggling a person isn't easy to do, is it? And yet, it's still 1,000 times better than going up against a Susato toss. Let's look at the lights. No? Nothing for the lights? Justice is written in bold, straight strokes. It's very reminiscent of Asogi. These words put to paper by none other than Kazuma himself. Are you able to look directly upon them without averting your eyes in shame? Yes, of course I am. After all, I'm innocent. In spite of the locked room? It always comes back to that, huh? Yep. So there's his sword on the floor. Is that Kazuma's katana? He always had it attached to his hip. Yep. The katana is the heart of the Japanese. That was one of Asogi's favourite sayings.
Ah, so why is it off of his body?
I don't know. I heard that he persuaded the government to allow him to bring his katana to Britain. Just goes to show how important it was to him to keep it by his side. Asogi had the spirit of a proud warrior. I must ensure that it lives on. Wait, what's that on the floor? Those are the leftovers from last night's dinners. The roasted chicken. Yes, it was quite delicious. Incidentally, did you happen to eat your meal on the floor? I'm not a pet dog, you know. I ate my chicken at the dining table like an actual human. I mean, that would add to the pet thing, or the animals. Odd though, when did that chicken bone fall onto the floor? Oh, but didn't Kazuma hate chicken? Or I seem to remember as much. He despised it. In fact, he vehemently refused to even touch it last night. So being the hungry stowaway, I ate up every last bite of it. Oh, so that means Kazuma had likely been famished during his final night on Earth, just before he perished. Died on an empty stomach. How immensely pitiful. I suddenly have a stomachache. Stab after stab of sheer raw guilt. Yikes. Wait, is that a knife? That's a knife, isn't it? So what is this? I see something on the floor. Oh, looks like a bit of a charm or glass. What is this? It looks like a piece of broken glass. Some small glass object seems to have broken in half. It's quite a beautiful colour, don't you think? Was it from a Netsuke, like those buttons that men hang around from their kimonos? I think you're right. Did it belong to Asogi? Was he hiding such a lovely piece of art without our knowledge? Maybe. Aside from that, there are also some dark brownish red marks. Well, someone didn't wipe themselves. Dark brownish red. That is an accurate description, but one problem remains. I don't see anything with the type of colouring that could have made these marks. Oh no, everything but starvation, please. What's there? There doesn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary here. There's literally ink on the floor. So... okay, let's take a look at the Russian letters. Come on then. Did Asogi write that? Judging by the colour, I think this message was written using ink. I mean, to be honest, when he collapsed...
It's probably the classic case of the... whoever
did the crime.
Or someone changed it or whatever. Because...
oh yeah, I remember many cases like that in... I think it was in the 4th trial of Dual Destinies. It was quite clever.
I don't actually remember one in Dual Destinies, but I know there was one in Spirit of Justice.
Yeah, where they changed the letters. Then he dipped his finger in the spilled ink and wrote out his last message. It must have been a terrible way to die.
Last message he wrote.
He went... How is that even pronounced? I don't know Russian. Sukapliak. What if it is just Sikabliat?
Black People 6.
Oh no. Wait. Yeah. Was Asogi trying to leave us a clue as he took his last breaths? I'm sorry, Asogi, I just can't read this message. Rush B. That's probably because the symbols are not written in Japanese. What in the world? What language are they? I'm afraid that I have no clue myself. I've never seen letters like this before. Where are they from? What do they mean? What you say?
What do they mean?
It's been half a month since we left Japan. And all this time you've been crammed into that wardrobe? Can you refrain from the word crammed? Crammed?
Crammed.
Cram? Please pardon me. Let's say you enjoyed the voyage from the comfort of your personal hiding place. Well, I had to stay hidden since we had no idea when sailors might enter the cabin. That's the reason I was crammed inside the wardrobe for most of the trip. Of course, I was stuck in here all the time, overnight as well. So because of that, you didn't wake up during the incident. It hurts so much to think about it.
I mean, okay, like, real talk, it sounds uncomfortable enough to be inside of a wardrobe, sleeping. Being inside of, trying to sleep inside of a wardrobe on a ship. On a ship,
and then hearing a murder outside of a wardrobe. It becomes all the more incomprehensible.
Yeah.
And I'm more than happy to say that Naruto is very much guilty at this point, and Suzuto is very much right for thinking as such. Kazuma must have spent last night reading and writing at this very desk. His London travel journal, sorry, left incomplete before he can even make it there. Apparently the last sentence on the final page was left unfinished. Does this mean the incident occurred while he was in the middle of writing this entry? Let's read it. It might contain a clue. Ta! I got thrown again. You mustn't do that. Even if the owner is lost to us, you can't just read someone else's journal. It's unforgivable. But before we know, there might be something important written inside. Alright, fine. I won't read it. Come on. Kazuma. It's not as if I actually want to go prying through Asugi's personal belongings. But I also know that we need to find as many clues as possible for his sake. We keep getting thrown about and it is making me really angry.
Oh yeah, you bet we're being thrown around.
I mean, it's sort of my preference, but let's not talk about that. We were rushed in earlier, we busted the lock. It's just a small, simple bolt, but it'd be impossible to either break out or in as long as it was latched in place. Given the evidence so far, I don't blame Suzuto for doubting me, as I just said. I can feel Suzuto's glare burning into the back of my neck. Say, do you ever read mystery novels? This is the part where they use a needle and a thread to bolt the door from the outside. An ingenious trick indeed. Yes, I do love reading mystery novels. But since all the doors and general surroundings on this ship are made of iron, that trick wouldn't work here. Needles and thread can't cut through iron. Now her glare feels more like needles digging into me.
No, I want to know how that trick because like even in Japan, I don't even know how that would work for like something.
I honestly don't know, but I reckon if you had a little bit of like wire, you could actually put it on the latch of the lock.
Oh yeah.
Close the door and pull the wire through, locking it. Although it all depends on how the doors are made. Okay, let's consult the elephant in the room and see that little wonderful gap up there is. I believe that's an air duct. It's the sort of hole that keeps the air in the cabin circulating instead of getting stale. But it seems pretty mysterious. Mysterious in what way? This air duct. It obviously leads through a wall and into the cabin next door. Yes,
It is?
Yeah, it does appear to. But if you wanted fresh air, wouldn't it be better to have the air duct connect to the outside? Yes, that makes sense. Maybe it's to avoid having rain blow in the ship if a raging storm approaches. Yeah, maybe you're right. Oh! What the hell? I'm gonna pause there and wait until you see it and think, what?
Oh. At first I'm like, oh, is that like a model ship or something? And I'm like, wait a minute.
He's upside down.
Hold up. Hey.
From the looks of it, he's clearly a European. Ah, over there. Yeah, you noticed him too, Suzuto. That suspicious, tall gentleman.
That's the most creative way to introduce
Yeah.
someone.
Tool. Now this is a surprise, Naruto. Could it be that you do not know who this gentleman is? No, I'm not acquainted with any foreign gentleman. He gives a very strange aura. It's clearly different from all these sailors. I can't tell if he's inspecting Asogi's desk or just playing with it. Oh, come then. Let's see what he has to say. Am I imagining it? Or did Suzuto's eyes just light up? Oh, by the way, you may have already realised this, but when you touch a person with a cursor, you can talk with them. Alright, then let's go see, talk to that tall gentleman over there. Tall gentleman.
Whenever you want to go up to people and you always touch them without letting them know that you're there. That is how you know.
Yeah.
That's how you be able to. That's an old
just
way
poke
of talking
them.
Conversation.
Just poke them real hard. Excuse me.
That's how we initiated this very stream. I extended my fingers so long that it reached all the way across to the Atlantic Ocean to the UK to be able to poke you.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how Facebook works, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, someone says, hey, it's Sherlock. And then Ball just says, no shit, Sherlock. Excuse me, could you spare a moment of your time? Quiet. I'm in the middle of something big. Maybe we should leave him be. I have a feeling that this could turn into trouble fast. I suppose so, if that's what you think is best. Oh, where is he gone? Oh, there he is. Greetings! So sorry to keep you waiting. Yeah. Oh, I love his outfit so much. Excuse me.
I do think they actually did a really cool job on his outfit.
Yeah, excuse me. About Asogi's desk. Can I ask what you were doing with it just now? Oh, it's lighting up. I see, so that's what's going on. Huh? What exactly do you mean? I feel like I'm being heavily scrutinised. It appears that I've uncovered the whole truth of the matter. Well, my flawless reasoning whispers the truth of all things. Yes, that's it. You've returned here from Afghanistan, and quite recently at that. What?
I don't even at this point of the dialogue.
You've returned... Afghanistan? Well, what? And on your way to a foreign country, you found yourself facing a predicament. Ah, well, he's not wrong about that. How in the world? How in the world did you come to know?
I love this guy already.
Yep, Afghanistan. Oh, he's got his pipe. How in the world did you?
Afghan, you know.
Yeah, you know, you can see it in the eyes. How in the world did you come to know all of that? Is that what you mean to ask? Let's turn up the music because I love this music. Please, this is but a rudimentary reasoning. Nothing for me to bother explaining. Is there perhaps something else anything else you might know? Oh wait, in the novels, Watson served in Afghanistan. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh yes, but of course, countless things. Countless. Take, for example, your true identity is that of a Russian refugee, a most cruel and heartless revolutionary. What? You've killed 16 people so far, and you plan to go to Britain to blow up the Crystal Tower. What? However, in order to hide your identity, you murdered that man with the headband.
I wonder how many references we're gonna miss from just not knowing anything about Sherlock Holmes.
I think that might be the case.
Because like the only thing that I know, which is like pretty much what most people know, is like the locked room case. That's like,
yeah, the main one I know is Hound of the Baskervilles.
I literally don't know anything else other than the lock. Other than there was like a locked room, and I think like the. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Clearly, I'm not the most educated.
I think.
Simpston.
I think
I
before.
said Simpston again.
I'm thinking before the next stream, I might have to read some Sherlock Holmes. The good old Conan Doyle
by the
novels.
next stream, I should like edit. Say the Simpsons.
Come now. There's no reason to hide your crimes. You know it to be futile. This is sort of a long shot, but were you talking about me just now? Of course I was talking about you.
Oh, wait, no. I think I figured out the secret to the crime. The reason that they got out without unlocked with the door was locked. They locked the door, and then they backwards long jumped through the door and out.
Nice. Tell me, do you see any other Russians capable of assassinating 16 people? I'm definitely not capable of doing that either. I was right all along. The one who stole Kazma's life was you, Naruto. Really? All it took was some random gesturing towards me. And on top of that, you are a revolutionary as well. How insolent. How shameless. Hey now. Oh, there we go. I got suplexed again. The time is at hand. Now, what is your defense against these claims? Things aren't going too well, are they? I'm on the floor again.
On the floor again. This tore through me, now I'm on the floor again. I am from Afghanistan to blow up the Crystal Tower again.
Okay. Back throw again. We are high percent now. Apologies, I didn't mean to disgrace you. No matter how you slice it, there's no way I could be a Russian revolutionary. I'm so sorry. And as for you, how could you carelessly fire off so many irresponsible, far-fetched theories? And yet, did I not still speak the truth? And on your way to a foreign country, and found yourself facing a predicament. Well, that much is true, yes. CC, how's that? What do you make of that? He's looked like a wild conspiracy theorist. He's like, yes, this is how it went. It really did. You have to believe me.
Give him a... It's got like a little bit of tinfoil underneath his hat.
Yeah. If you really want to know what to make of that, this is the way he's up at the screen. It's just like, yeah, you believe me, right? Yeah, that's definitely how it is.
Those two goggles. See, those look like just normal crosses, but like if you zoom of a flat Earth.
Yeah. One comment saying Sherlock believes the Earth is flat.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a fact that the ship is headed to Britain, and that I'm cuffed here at the crime scene. That's not really a theory, it goes without saying, as the phrase goes. And so it does. That's precisely the principle of reasoning. Try to say, it goes without saying aloud. It is unexpectedly and most mysteriously effective. Right. So then, who exactly are you? Flat Earther? Extraordinaire? Sherlock Holmes?
Simpsons.
I'm a man known around the globe, the world's greatest and most famous detective. Yes, for I am the Sherlock Holmes. The world is flat. A pleasure to meet you. Oh, I knew it. You're the real Holmes in the flesh. Yes, Bush did 9/11.
I just realized who he looks like.
Who?
He looks like Jeremy Clarkson.
Oh my god! Like a really younger version.
Yeah, like a younger Jeremy Clarkson.
So, could it be you know who this man is? Of course I do. Everyone in the world knows who the great detective is. All of a sudden, I feel like I've been cut off from the rest of the world. In any case, we should listen to what Mr. Holmes has to say. We'll be sure to find out the truth of this incident. There's no time to tell. I've got a really bad feeling about this. Okay, let's talk. Great detective.
Nickname so you can come
Let's
up
just poke him.
minutes. We've called him Homer Simpson. We've Clarkson.
Nice. So you're the great detective, and you said your name was... Precisely, a great detective indeed. I am the Sherlock Holmes. Alright, well then, famous Sherlock Holmes. No, there's no need to say famous each time. Mr. Holmes is more than adequate. Okay, famous Holmes. If you're interested in my escapades as Pete, I would recommend you read this. The Strand magazine. This is a popular entertainment publication in Great Britain. I'm pretty sure there's meant to be a reference there as well, but I'm missing it completely. Rest assured,
Mr. Holmes, that we're gonna miss, like, probably of references, like obscure or not.
Rest assured, Mr. Holmes, I've imported every issue from Great Britain without fail. It says The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes right here. So basically you're a character in this book. Precisely, you've hit the mark. So he's so engrossed in this book that he actually believes he is the great detective. I can tell by your face that you misunderstand. I am not as self-deluded as I might seem. The truth is, in fact, is completely the opposite. Self-deluded... So you're... What? You see, this is a series of stories about my adventures, as written by my biographer. I cannot pronounce for things for shit, you know. Right, your biographer. Indeed. Presently, Dr. Watson is back in London, looking after our flat. Dr. Watson? Thanks to the popularity of this book, the book has been incredibly busy of late. The Doctor. Oh, God, I'm so stupid.
You know, Dr. Watson, you know, the electric type gym leader from Hoenn.
Yep. Okay, Uwabami says, yes, Sherlock Holmes was first published in the Strand magazine. Okay. So that's the reference there. I could tell there was something there. I can't tell if he's joking or serious, but either way, that sounds terrifying. To me, deduction is everything. Simply put, it's the art of pure logic. I mean, Afghanistan. Afghanistan. Art? A great observer of men does not even allow a single reaction to slip by unnoticed. A slight change in the line of sight or facial muscles, a person's very manner of conduct, their fingernails, their sleeves, their wrinkles in their clothes, all of this is vital information. Is it really? I see. A great observer can synthesize all that information together in a single instant. And the logic he gleans from his conclusions will allow him to find the one and only truth. Indeed, you saw these very powers of work earlier. I mean, Afghanistan.
Yeah.
He's got some nerve being able to say that while looking me right in the eye.
I'm like half expecting him to just say stuff that just naturally rhymes. For whatever reason.
Yes. Yes, an extraordinary observer, a formidable logician, and the greatest detective
And on the
alive.
side, I'm also a magician.
I'm a great strategician. That is him, and he is me, Sherlock Holmes. That was just one question. Have you heard anything in regards to the incident? My, have I heard anything? Well, I only drew out the culprit lurking in this cabin and discovered what he is hiding.
I think Strength's like catching on to me, like I feel like Strength participating in it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I like the laggy on like.
Yeah, you're lagging a bit.
Watching, and like when we tried to fix that turned on screen share and that crashed the stream like we saw earlier. So like,
all the pain.
all the pain, pain plus.
Pain plus Savage Blow 6.
With yeah, absolutely, yeah. With Razzle Dazzle.
Yeah. All together. A full team of it.
All together now, all together.
Yeah. He's the one to blame for the mess I'm in. This morning, after I realised that something was wrong in the cabin, I called for the sailors' help in opening the door. Yes, the sailors set themselves to work and the great detective bated his breath. That's right, it was I, Sherlock Holmes, who found you at the crime scene. And dare I say, those handcuffs compliment you quite nicely. Yeah. Well, whatever else may have happened, two truths dawned at me at the first moment in time. Two truths? Oh, well, okay, we're getting loads more questions. Two truths. Mr. Holmes, can you elaborate, please? What are the two truths you realised this morning when you were in this cabin?
Oh, two truths, one false. I love this game.
Two truths. Now, let me be precise. There are two truths that are pieced together in a single instance. Let's put it that way. I see. Please tell me more. Very well. Here we go. The two truths are deduced from the state of the cabin. 1. The culprit could not have escaped, as it was a locked room incident. And 2. The victim was Russian, and he was killed after falling out with his comrade. Please hold on a moment. Why Russian? Why, that's easy enough. The message left behind by the victim on the floor. Take a look. It means wardrobe in Russian. Oh.
Ooh. Oh. Uh-oh.
That's
SpaghettiOs, someone new. Someone new.
Someone new. Kazuma wrote his dying message in Russian?
It's fake.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fake.
Yeah. In his final moments.
Someone is trying to set him up. What a big surprise.
I mean, that's to be expected. It's to be expected from an Ace Attorney game.
Oh yeah.
Okay, in his final moments, his native tongue was the first to come to mind. Thus, he is Russian. Asogi, a Russian? Initially, I worked under the assumption that the culprit's name was Wardrobe. However, out of precaution, I opened the actual wardrobe in order to verify the situation.
Elementary, dear Wardrobe.
Oh, who would name their kid Wardrobe?
Kid. So.
Just so, inside was the slumbering Russian. The true culprit. In other words, you. Geez, even I'm Russian now. I'm rushing out the door. Oh.
Rushing out the door. More like rushing to conclusions.
Hmm. You were wearing the same attire as the victim. Ergo, you were comrades. If memory serves, that's certainly the type of clothing that Russians are known to wear. What? The student uniform has been Russian clothing all this time?
This is some deep lore, some influenced by Russian culture and
Embor says Naruhodor.
Has some very strong connections to Afghanistan.
Yeah. I mean, Russian, Afghanistan, it all makes sense.
This is the unknown secrets.
Yeah. Yes, I took a photograph earlier to avoid any tampering with the words on the floor. This... a photograph taken of a victim's corpse before he was transported out of the room. By the time I opened my eyes, Asogi's body was already gone. This is my first time seeing him in this state with my own eyes. Well. Yikes. Are you right, Naruhodo? Yes, I'll be fine. Oh, we got some evidence. Nice. Finally, something to work with. Oh, that's right, Mr. Holmes. Yes? What do you need? Speaking of Russia, didn't you say this earlier? That I'm a Russian and a refugee and a cruel revolutionary or something? Ah, yes, the truth whispered by my theory. Am I not correct? No!
They're revolutionaries for spirit of justice.
Yeah. Just gonna turn it down a little bit more now. Well, could you maybe elaborate about that whisper? What? I'm not Russian. Please. Of course, gladly. Like I said, I'm not Russian. Your reasoning. Give me the reasoning, boy. I'm about the earlier theory of yours. The one that's about me. On a journey to a foreign land with a predicament facing you. Is that the one? Yes, that's right, but please explain all the other parts that you said, please, too. The Russian refugee, the revolutionary, the assassination of 16 people. Ah, well, it's a simple theory, truthfully. Ooh, newspaper. Here is the morning's newspaper. The front page headline reads as follows. Revolutionary? Dmitry Demigla... Okay. What is with these names? Revolutionary Dmitry Demiglasky. Demiglasky flees Russia, believed to be en route to Shanghai. This ship made port in Shanghai yesterday, and last night a Russian was killed. Since when did Asogi turn into a Russian? Kazuma may have been mistaken for a Russian due to the words he left on the floor. Therefore, in conclusion, the culprit of this crime must be the heartless revolutionary. Having had his own identity exposed in the paper, he murdered his fellow refugee. In summation, you are he, Mr. Dmitry Demiglasky himself. No, I mean, first of all, we don't even look remotely similar. Look at that face and then look at mine. Brilliant. Well, nonetheless, the fact remains that you are the terrible revolutionary. After all...
Clearly they look...
Clearly!
Clearly, yeah.
I mean, down to the glasses, Ushanka, you know, everything. The hat, the beard, everything. It just matches.
It matches up perfectly.
Yeah, tinfoil hat style as well. That's your argument. By the way, your name isn't listed on the passenger list from embarkment either. Well, he's right about that part. I am a stowaway and all. So then, what about the killing of 16 people and this Crystal Tower business? Ah, right. The fact is, all of the information that is contained within the front page article. Your true occupation and your nefarious deeds, my good fellow. I know them all. Dmitry Demiglasky himself was quoted saying all of these things. There could be no doubt. So a revolutionary willingly agreed to an interview for a newspaper? Wait, so what about the first thing you said, the part about returning from Afghanistan? That too is written here, clear as day. Oh, I see. Afghanistan. Just Afghanistan. It states that you've just returned from a string of destructive acts in that country. Honestly, I've never even heard of this Afghanistan. Oh, how rude of me. Allow me to give you this newspaper as a sign of our acquaintance. Alright, thank you. I've already finished reading it after all, and discarding it shouldn't be so troublesome. Defecting from Russia via Shanghai route. More evidence. Come to think of it, the article on the back page was also rather fascinating. On the back? Feel free to read it if you wish. Who knows? You just might become a Russian connoisseur. A Russian newspaper, huh? Too bad I don't know how to read it. But since I already have it, I might as well take a look at that article on the back. I'll have a quick look. Details. Ooh, something... She's pretty. Did you notice something, Naruhodo? No, I was just wondering what this article on the back page was about. I haven't the slightest clue. I can't read a single letter. I mean, Russian.
Oh, it's air! It's air!
Oh god, it is! The Princess of Death. I can't read it either, but judging from the feeling I'm getting from this photo, it looks like it might be about some sort of beautiful ballerina. Yes, she is quite beautiful. This is perhaps the kind of woman that strikes your fancy. I'm not sure how to respond to that. You've got quite a discerning eye for... There he is.
A spoiler from book 3.
You've quite a discerning eye for that article.
Well, thank you.
Nice. Eek! If I may, allow me to explain what the article is about. Please do. You just popped up out of nowhere. This article is about a disappearance that occurred at some point last night. Beautiful flower of the prestigious Novovich Ballet Company goes missing. A lone girl was found missing during a ballet performance in Shanghai. There was a beautiful young ballerina named Nikoma Borshevich? Borkevich? It's hard to remember the names of the Russian people. It says that she disappeared from her dressing room still wearing her costume, which apparently included the tiara set with gems valued at 20,000 rubles. How much money is 20,000 rubles? I couldn't even be able to begin to guess, but surely it's more money than we could possibly dream of.
LODSVMONE. What's that spell?
Well,
loads of money.
Probably. So just his eyes are shining.
Now, and welcome to Lots of Money.
Since the tiara is property of a ballet, the owner is on the brink of losing his mind. Well, can't say I blame him. In order to retrieve both Miss Nikomina and the tiara, the ballet company is requesting search and warrants for all vessels that are heading towards Britain. Might it be that she's defecting as well? Seems like defection is Russia's specialty. Naruhodo, you shouldn't say things like that. It's racist. I'm gonna say the R word. Russian. Okay.
The last case talking about how much like the other lady was racist. You're going. You fool.
Pretty much. This article is in Russian. I can't read it at all. Me neither. I don't speak a lick of Russian. I'm disappointed in you two. Here, allow me. The front page of this paper features an article about a frightening man. Revolutionary flees Russia, believed to be en route to Shanghai. Yes, you mentioned that earlier. It's been said that none who has seen that beard of his has returned alive. My, how awful. At the very least, whoever took this picture is just fine. If he's truly so adverse to his beard being seen, he'd do well to shave it off. I don't think that's the issue here.
That's why Holmes is still alive, because since he shaved off his beard, and if he was the killer, which I know it isn't, but for the sake of the joke, let's go with it.
Yeah.
Because the beard is the true killer all along.
Yep, beard OP, please nerf.
Beard OP.
By the way, you were inspecting Asogi's desk earlier, weren't you? Asogi. Ah, right, the victim. Was there anything that stood out to you? Take a good look at the desktop. The victim appears to be writing something. This is London Travel Journal. And that's his handwriting too. Oh, but... He finished halfway. I don't think it's respectful to read through someone's journal right after they've died. My, my, my. You should have spoken up before I read it. What, so you already went ahead and read through it? Of course, despite my appearance, I can read basic Japanese quite well. Is that so? I think he's about to feel the wrath of Susato Toss.
Wait a minute, hold up, wait. If he can read Japanese perfectly fine, and he can also read Russian perfectly fine, how could he not tell that the handwriting is different?
That's true. I mean, also the label on the door.
Yeah.
I mean, he says it says in the intro video that the label on the door must have been written by a foreigner. I was like, it's not Japanese, you know? Well, aren't you going to give that great detective a Susato toss for that? Goodness, whatever you're talking about. That's so unfair. All other matters aside, in regards to the victim's journal, the last sentence appears to suddenly stop halfway through. What could he have been in the middle of writing? Could you perhaps enlighten me? Huh? But didn't you just say you could read Japanese? So I did. But like I said, only the basic symbols. For example, I can read the word harakiri. How's that? Impressive, isn't it? If you say so. But this writing is filled with kanji characters. I wasn't able to read a single one of them. That laughing animation. His bragging didn't amount to much after all. Excuse me, may I? If you will allow me to see that, I can read it for you. Ah, yes, then please, by all means. Milady. There are 2 sentences written in the last page of the journal. 1 hour and 23 minutes after midnight, I hear a sound like a low whistle. A whistle? Intriguing. Please continue. And the other sentence. 1 hour and 35 minutes after midnight, I saw a speckled band at the air duct. A speckled band? I wonder what that means.
That's the adder.
Ah. Like in the intro.
Oh, I think I get it now. I think what happened is so went and like bit him, and that's how he
Maybe.
died.
Possibly. At the air duct.
Snake crawled out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It must be none other than the air duct which connects it to the adjacent cabin. The adjacent cabin, huh? Sogi's journal
All
has
this person
been...
had to do was send in the snake to kill.
Hmm. Interesting. Now then, I must excuse myself. If I may ask, where might you be heading? To be frank, I'm a bit curious about the victim's journal. I feel that it would be worth investigating, and then I'll get seasick if I just stand around. Could it be that you're intending to go to the adjacent room, the one connected to that air duct? Without a mystery, a great detective's existence is worthless and sorrowful. Rest assured, I grant you my word that the truth will become clear soon enough. Excuse me, you wouldn't mind if I joined you? Ah, that would be a tad difficult, you see. Huh? Why is that? Why are you even asking me? Just take a look at your own hands. These handcuffs, huh? After all, you're the suspect of the incident at the moment. Are you not? What do you mean, are you not? Please don't act like this doesn't concern you. You're the one who decided that I must be the culprit after all. Huh? What are you talking about? I don't ever recall uttering a single word implying that you were the culprit. Huh? Okay, what? So you accuse us of being a Russian and a fugitive, and we've come from Afghanistan.
What?
Yeah. He's saying, I never said that you were the culprit. Like, yes you did. Liar. No, you did. You just a while ago. You had that.
Don't worry about it.
What?
It's fine.
Now, aren't you a strange one? Just why would I say something like that? But, Mr. Holmes, I'm rather certain you said so. Bitch, please. Really? That's queer. You really don't have the look of a criminal, after all. Even though he was looking right in my eyes when he accused me. Well, I suppose it's fine. This is, and that is that. As the saying goes. What do you mean? In other words, it's like this. The culprit should act like a culprit. Just roll over and give up. What? He's just bonkers. That was beyond cruel. Unbelievable. That great detective just ran off laughing all the while.
Oh my god, that laugh.
Oh my god, what the hell? Come on, come now, Howard. What are you doing just standing around for? Huh? The two of us ought to check the cabin next door as well, quickly. The sailor's gonna be having words with us. Top! Oh, she just threw me again. Kazuma left his final lead for us even as he lay dying. Meanwhile, you would rather just roll over and give up? Everyone is so mean to me. Oh, woe is me. In any case, it seems there are still things worth investigating in this room. Let's continue our investigation and wait for our chance to move to the adjacent room. Come on. Click, 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 click. Let's... Even in this state, there must be still something I can do. For Asogi's sake, I need to do whatever it takes to forge a new path forward. Ooh, talk to the sailors. What's the matter, Naruhodo? Ah, nothing. It's just that the sailor's standing over there by the door. For some reason, I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. The guy with the black hair. Now that you mention it, you're right. He does look a bit familiar. Hello, excuse me?
I wonder if it's someone who could potentially be known by somebody.
Yes, can I help you with something? Oh, wow. Oh, wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. Excuse me. Look at this.
Oh, it's him. It's our buddy boy. It's buddy boy, butler boy.
It's Butler Boy.
The boy.
That face, could it be? Cough, cough, cough. There's no doubt. If it isn't Detective Hasanaga. The boy himself. It has been some time. But why are you in a place like this? I could ask you the same question. I was so astonished that my heart stopped beating. Are you sure you didn't mean to say I thought my heart was going to stop beating? I've infiltrated the ship under special orders. Again? You really enjoy infiltrating, don't you? If it is within my power to do so, allow me to assist you in any way I can. The detective just might be the key to overturning this dire situation. Let's have a little chat with him. Special orders. So, what are your special orders this time around? Moreover, why are you dressed like that?
I might have missed a little bit of characterization about him. How come he's like coughing up blood and all that kind of stuff?
No one knows. Literally, in the first trial, he just coughs up blood all the time.
Ah.
Like, no reason whatsoever, but he's just coughing up blood, and blood drips from his mouth sometimes. It's just like, that must be his character arc, you know. The more blood he coughs up, the more of the more victims die. I don't know.
Maybe he has like, I mean, my guess is that he has like a terminal illness that like in a later case he'll end up like dying and they'll be like, oh, he... I'd prefer it if two of like the characters that I really like in this thing didn't die. But...
Yeah.
All the they're gonna go with.
Yeah. All the fault for this insult lies squarely upon my shoulders. What do you mean, detective? My special orders were to guard Asogi. The arrangements was made by Secretary Jigoku of the Ministry of Justice to make sure he safely made it to the Great British Empire. Yeah, I was to protect him from possible assassins so that he might reach Britannia unharmed. Assassins? He was in that much danger? I do not know for sure, but what I do know is that currently there is much tension between the empires of the East and the West. The Secretary of the Ministry told me to take every possible contingency into account. How could this be? Is it really possible, Kazuma? Assassinated? Unlike most escort missions, I wasn't able to publicly divulge my identity as a bodyguard. Instead, I was forced to board the ship under the guise of a sailor. I see. From dawn till dusk, I kept watch over Usogi until he retired to his cabin each night. And to think, during the few hours when I was not keeping my vigil, this happened. Aw, don't be too hard on yourself. He locked himself in a room, and so, through my own complacency, I allowed him to die. I have failed in my duty. I'm no longer worthy of showing my face to either of you. I'm so sorry. Detective Osanaga. Might there be anything I can do to help make amends for this catastrophic failure? If so, please tell me how to be of service. Permission to investigate. That's what I need. Right now, we're trying to investigate his death. I suspected as much. I assume that means you aren't actually the culprit, then? Of course not. We'd like to move to the cabin next door and investigate things there as well. Are you able to grant me approval to leave this room? I cannot. My apologies. Huh? At present, you are considered to be a threat to the other passengers. If you are to attempt leave this cabin for any reason, that rowdy sailor would lift you up by the scruff of your neck and toss you right back in. And all because I think...
He's had enough tossing for one day, to be honest.
And it's not the right type of tossing he wants.
Mm.
And all because they think I'm a stowaway who murdered one of my own countrymen. But there may be one chance. Have you anything persuasive I could use to help you move her out more freely? Something persuasive, detective? Yes, if I had something that could provide a reason for you to investigate the other cabin. Then I'll give my very life if only to persuade the captain. But that seems a little... I can only think of one method that will work. Huh? What is this? The same method you used on me earlier. You presented evidence to support the argument that you were trying to make. Presenting evidence.
I've been like trying to think of like a joke for like the past 5 minutes and nothing's coming to mind. I'm just sitting here in complete utter silence.
That's fine, man. It'll come naturally.
Naturally, don't force things.
I must find the right evidence and touch present.
Oh, I love presents. Here we have some this is my here's my Christmas gift to you. It's murder evidence for a crime
Pretty much.
committed. Here you go. Have a fun time. Merry Christmas.
Everybody loves murder.
Yeah. A good old Christmas murder, you know?
I'm just going to present my school badge. Detective, would you happen to know anything about this? That's one of a legendary student badge of the Imperial University. Yeah. I don't know if I'd call it legendary, though. Could it be that you're working towards a degree from that institution? You're on an entirely different level than me. I never even graduated from public school. You must understand I have boundless respect for you. He's uneducated.
He's detective without an education. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like 1900, but isn't that like some restrictions to like being able to get into like professions?
Surely. He's reminding me of Detective Gumshoe at the moment.
Kind of, yeah. But like, he's like a mix of Gumshoe and like someone else. I don't really know like a good character comparison, but like,
I'm trying to think as well. Take a look at this picture, please. Cough, 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 cough. Is something wrong, detective? Oh no, I'm fine. I was simply concealing that I was upset with my trademark violent coughing fits. As my chest tightened from the sight of that photo, it's natural that my coughing followed. Trademark coughing. That's literally what he is at the moment. He's just a guy that coughs.
Yeah.
Sogi was carrying the future of the
Hopefully,
Empire.
if it evolves, hopefully he doesn't start wheezing.
Yeah. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I see. Yeah. Are you okay? Jesus. Jesus goes out. A ghost. Calm down.
I could do that for like a very long, extended period of time.
Please
like...
don't. That hurt my ears.
All right. I'm sorry.
It's all good, mate.
Carry on, my wayward son.
Okay. Asogi was carrying the future of the British Empire of Japan on his shoulders. And as an undercover detective, his welfare was my responsibility. Asogi. And this is Sasogi's journal. Before Kazuma passed away, he left behind some perplexing words. Ooh. This is a banger. Perplexing in what way? In this journal, he wrote, I saw a speckled band at the air duct. A speckled band? Perplexing words indeed. We still don't understand the meaning of those words hold, but the curious thing is... Ah yes, the air duct, I presume. You live up to your title, detective. The air duct connects directly to the cabin next door. If we investigate that air duct, we might be able to figure out what this speckled band is.
Is that what happens when the cheetah men decide to form a band of their own?
Hmm. Yeah. Huh? At the moment, I must stay here in this cabin. Until the ship reaches the next port. I must remain on watch at the crime scene. These are the captain's orders. Therefore, I have no other option to leave the investigation to the two of you. Really? While I cannot remove your handcuffs, you may move freely about the first-class area. But are you sure it'll be alright? After all, the captain's orders were... Do not worry, I'll keep my promise. I will push my glasses firmly onto my face.
That is my sign of
all according to Keikaku.
Yes.
Translator note: Keikaku means plan. Okay, that is this is very least I can do to make up my failure to protect Asogi. That is a massive run-on sentence. Thank you very much, detective. Shall we be off? As
run as my works.
Yeah. Shall we be off then, Naruto? If you touch the move button, we can move. Wow. The move
Remember,
button.
if you touch the A key, you will type the letter A.
Oh my god.
Seriously, try it out for yourself. Can we get an A in the chat? Like try it out. Press click the
press A in the chat, please. Can we get an A in the chat?
Here, I'll here's an A of my own.
There we go.
Can you give an A too?
Hey.
Hey.
Okay.
Here we go. Getting all the A's. Yeah. See, it's cool, right?
Yeah, the A button. Very useful.
Yeah, very useful.
Okay.
Without it, I'd be Ghost Guron.
Finally, I'm out of that cabin. Still, I'm a little surprised. The corridor out here is narrower than you'd expect, don't you think? It is, isn't it? Kazuma was an exchange student sent out by the Japanese government. He was given one of the finest rooms aboard, a first-class cabin. If you're wondering, my third-class cabin is about half the size of Kazuma's. That's a pretty cruel treatment you're getting there. Ooh, there's a big guy over here. Look at that big guy. There's an incredibly strong-looking... Look at this dude. Oh.
No, from this angle, it looks kind of like pixelated, and like it looks like a more like more like condensed face. Like spread out.
Yeah, he's got a very weird face.
It would look like the guy from Doom, like the little.
Yeah. No. You're exactly right on that. You're exactly right. He does look like the guy from Doom from here. Suspicious individuals? In other words, people like me. He looks pretty strong. You know, I cannot help but notice that, though we've been aboard for half a month, your eyes shine as though you're seeing all of this for the first time. That's because I am, after all. I was a stowaway. I was packed up in the Asogi's trunk during embarkment. Since then, I've been crammed into that wardrobe up until today. That must have been truly terrible indeed. Don't look at me like that, please. I don't need your pity. I'll stay in my wardrobe. Screw your rules.
Because I don't want pity. I don't like pity breakers.
Yeah. That 3% or pity rate breaker.
Which is actually kind of funny that I talked about this after getting pity broken by Mind's Attack plus HP Sonya today.
Sonya? Oh, look at this guy.
Man, I'm like,
look at his dude.
oh, okay, I guess. And I'm like, I got a Sonya just out of nowhere. She was worse than if he's physically possible.
Look at this dude. Excuse me, may I have a moment? He's got lines on his face. Oh look, it's a stowaway murder. Is the stowaway... Oh wait, no, he has actually a Russian accent. Oh look, it's the stowaway murderer. Well, that was a nice way of him to crush my spirits right off the bat. If he won't talk to you, perhaps you'll be willing to speak with me. Good morning, sir. May I ask you a few questions? Oh, look, is the chief servant girl that was stuffed in third class with the other foreigners. Oof. I see, I'm a target for his abuse as well. Sounds like the sailor didn't wake up on the right side of the bunk today, huh? Didn't... Stop calling me sailor. I am senior crewman Mitrov Stroganov. Stroganov? I think he looks Stroganoff. Well, even though he clearly hates us, I guess we should still try to speak with him. First class cabins. Ah, Mr. Stroganoff, could you tell me about the first class area? This is where highest class of cabins are. Corridor connects to each of them. The highest class? Could you perhaps explain? Only certain people use rooms. Public figures. Kings traveling in secret. Rich people. Important people. So I am here as God. Kings? That's really impressive.
Boy.
But Stowaway hides in one of these cabins on my watch? If I could, I would throw you into ocean right now and rest easy. Please forgive me. If I may ask a question, is anyone currently staying in the cabin next to Kazuma Asogi's? Da. I can read that. Da. Da. Susato, what was that just now? It sounded like da to me. It means yes in Russian. Oh wait, maybe it means no. So one of those two, I guess. I mean, one of those answers is pretty useful. Cannot let you visit other passengers' rooms just because you want to. That means the cabin next door isn't empty. There must be a passenger inside. Interesting. Ooh, guest next door. So, can you tell us anything about... Oh. You alright?
What?
Did you say something?
Did I cut out?
Yeah, you did.
That's great.
Yeah. Always useful. Hello?
Am I not working?
No, you're not.
Oh, that's not good.
I can hear you now. Okay. So,
right, false alarm. False alarm again.
False alarm.
Back in the clack.
Back in the clack. Okay, yep. So can you tell us anything about the passengers who are staying in the cabin next to Asogi's? ... Name is Grimsy Roylott. He is upstanding old gentleman from the West. A gentleman from the West, huh? Do not bother him with pesky questions. He is knowing nothing about student's murder. How are you able to assert that so confidently? Mr. Grimsby Roylott is a respectable Western man. Why would he care about lowly Asian children? Harsh words.
What do you mean lowly Asia? Russia's in Asia!
I guess. By the way, when did Mr. Roylott board the ship? You are not needing that information. Now that I'm thinking about it, from the very start of the voyage right up until this conversation, I've never seen or heard as much as a single hint from that cabin being occupied. If the gentleman you speak of is staying in a first-class cabin, that would mean that he must be a very important person indeed. Is that correct? You are not needing that information. Last night. Mr. Stroganoff, have you been on watch here for the entire voyage so far? Yes, I am keeping suspicious people like you from running around ship. Excuse me, but do you know anything about the incident last night? It's very sad what happened to student. Going by what you just... Yeah, he was a student.
I know, you said student.
Student? Oh, shoot. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yes, I'm a student at a...
You shouldn't know. Yeah. Going by what you just said. Yeah, going by what you just said, you must have been standing guard here last night as well, too. Of course. Then during that time, did you see anything out of the ordinary? Oh. Ooh. Here! I don't even know if that's pronounced right. Suzuto, from the sound of it, it sounded... Niet. Niet. Everything was normal last night. Nothing unusual. What about any odd noises?
Like, indamant about saying no.
What about any odd noises or anyone who looks suspicious? No. Everything was normal. Sorry. I wonder though. Was it me, or did Mr. Stroganoff glance away for a second there? Ooh, suspicious.
Oh, he's suspicious. Absolutely delicious.
Definitely. It's time to end this little chat. Huh? I must make a routine report to Captain. You should return to cabin as well. Alright. Door to the second-class cabins is firmly locked and secured. Do not bother trying to escape. It is not possible. I understand. Now, let's investigate to our heart's content. Absolutely. Now he's out of the picture. Okay, examine. What's this book about? I can see an old, oversized ledger book and a pen on that desk over there. Apparently, it's some kind of logbook. Well, shall we take a look inside then? Wow, everything about this voyage is detailed in such beautiful writing. Yeah, I never thought these old sea dogs could have such lovely handwriting. Oh, this is odd. Looks like the page for last night is almost completely blank. So in other words, crew members noticed nothing out of the ordinary last night. Well, I think we just need to go and check. Here.
Mind me to check.
That was loud.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine, man. Here it is.
I think I got a little too close to the microphone.
That's fine. My name's
Whoopsies.
not Shane, kid. This is the cabin adjacent to Asogi's, the one with the connecting air duct. And that air duct was where Kazuma saw the speckled band, apparently. We might be able to solve that mystery. Let's try and talk to whoever's inside. Knock, knock, knock. I mean, I could do it properly. There we go.
Knock, knock.
Knock, knock, knock. Knock, 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 knock. There's no answer. Oh wait, I'm speaking in Russian again. I don't think we're going to be able to ask any questions about the room right now. Yeah, this is inconvenient. Ooh, bell, bell, bell. Bell? Bell.
Yell.
What is this? It's nice and round. And it's kind of... it has a cute touch to the hallway. It's an emergency alarm. Please do not touch it. Do not do that. Please. Emergency alarm?
Alarm? That's not a good thing.
Yeah, look right here. Please press button only in a case of emergency. The button sends an alarm to the entire ship and signals the engines to temporarily stop. It makes the engine stop, eh? Let's see if... What are you doing? Get away from that! What? How is what's happening to me right now not an emergency? This clearly isn't the kind of emergency they mean.
It reminds me of the time where I was like at my college's guess you would call it lounge. It's like this little like bar or whatever. There's this door to like the outside. I'm like class, so I'm like completely. My mindset completely. So there's this door, and it starts at the outside. So I think, oh. There was a giant sign on the door that says, "Do not open. Fire escape thing. Alarm will sound."
Ah.
Like obviously, to that would be, "Oh hey, look, a door. Push. Beep."
And then everything just went off.
Essentially set off the alarm by complete accident, and someone had to come and like
tell you what.
Someone had to come and reset the thing.
Wow, you're a real rebel, you know. Going through an emergency.
The bar was like, "Oh yeah, this is my jam," and then started doing some like stupid little dance as well. That's all. That I just went towards like the normal front door and walked around. Like, okay, you're welcome for the show. Have a good day, everybody. Alarm. For being able to set off the alarm by complete accident.
Yeah. Sizzito says, "Please don't inconvenience an entire ship because you're just upset." Aye! Oh, well, what was that voice just now? It came from inside the cabin. That could only be the tearful, instant scream of a maiden in distress. Out of way, you lot. I shall kick down that door post-haste. Mr. Holmes. Right now, I'm absolutely brimming with the intense desire to kick down the door. That reminds me of the door kicker. Oh man.
The words of Jeremy Clarkson. Yak.
Just a moment. This door appears to be unlocked. I don't care, I'm kicking it down anyway. Well then, where exactly am I supposed to vent this urge to kick something? Yes, Jeremy Clarkson.
A boot to the head.
Where am I supposed to vent this urge? That aside, let's go inside. This is an emergency, there's no time to waste. Okay, here we go, here we go. What are we going to find in here?
Here we go.
Oh! Hello. What do you want with me? A Western gentleman. He appears to be Russian. Excuse me, just now we heard what sounded like a young woman scream in this room. Scream?
Oh, it's the beard. It's the beard. He has a knife. Or a scissors. He has a scissored.
Oh, he scissors. Scream? Stop your silly talk.
God, he has the scissored.
Be careful. As you see, I'm the only one in this cabin, no one else. He's right, this old guy's the only person in here. But then, what on earth was that scream? Oh, I've just noticed. The bookshelf is tilted as well. Ah, pardon me, Mr. Grimsby Roylott, I presume. Yes, I am Roylott. Who are you? Sherlock Holmes, the one and only. Surely my reputation precedes me. Never heard of him. I am the great detective. My name adorns magazines' covers across the British Empire. And so, I am certainly no manner of suspicious individual, as you can see.
Never heard of him.
He's using that magazine like some kind of substitute business card.
It's like his passport.
Yeah, detective, even more suspicious. We are certain that we heard a scream.
Around a book and say, actually, a kind of note, for my sophomore year of college, study abroad in Japan.
Okay, it is readily apparent that no one is hidden within your wardrobe. Therefore, if it's not too much of a bother, may I open that small trunk over there? Stop this silliness. This trunk is very, very small. Person inside. Well, if
The snake's in it.
ooh, did you see that, Naruhodo? Yes, I think I did. The trunk, it moved.
All.
All of you, leave now. If you do not, I'll call the sailors. Grimsby Roylott. He stayed in the cabin directly next to Asogi's. This Russian man. He has to be hiding something.
Russian guy with a beard. Surprisingly like the who killed loads of people.
Maybe.
If this could be the guy. I wonder.
Possibly. We must find some sort of lead before that sailor returns. Okay. Examine. I'm going to go straight to the trunk. And Sherlock Holmes is in the wardrobe. He's actually in the wardrobe. I'm just going to poke him. Excuse me, Mr. Sherlock Holmes? Ah, please, just Mr. Holmes is fine. That's not any less formal. Mr. Holmes, what are you doing in there anyway? Oh, not much. Just making myself at home. At home? I'm just
if Naruto over here can do it, then I guess Sherlock certainly can.
I'm just passing the time imagining how it must have felt to be crammed in here. Waiting for the moment when the two of you beseech the aid of the great detective. What? Well, no, it seems like the time has finally come. What? Am I mistaken? But, well, he's certainly not wrong. Now, look over there. That Russian gentleman, Mr. Roylott, is clearly hiding something. And what would the best countermeasure against a Russian who's hiding something? The answer, of course, would be... What's he going to say? What's he going to say? The truth. Indeed, that doesn't apply to Russians alone. Right. But I wonder what that Russian man would do if his hidden secret were to be exposed. Wouldn't it be interesting to find out? I would love to.
Oh boy, demask a murder. What can go wrong?
Then allow me to show you something intriguing. Something only a great detective can do. A great detective's great deduction. Oh?
Yes. And as you can see here, underneath my hat, this tinfoil, this is my secret.
As you can clearly see, here we have a classic, suspicious-looking Russian. What? Sometimes I wonder to myself, are suspicious people always Russian? Or are Russian people always suspicious? I don't think either one is the case.
I already made that joke earlier, but yeah. I'm going to repeat it because it bears repeating.
Russian to conclusions. I don't think either one is the case. And if I may add, Mr. Holmes, no matter how much the beard and dark glasses may seem to suggest, I'm not sure they're grounds enough to suddenly label someone as suspicious. Shh, quiet now. Why'd you look at me like this? I see. Yes, I understand now. What? At last, the truth becomes clear to me. There is no room for doubt. Now then, Mr. Roylott, I have arrived at two conclusions. But what do you mean?
The two conclusions. Is he from Afghanistan?
Yeah, he's from Afghanistan. Your true identity. Simply put, you are a villain. You're just about to cut short something very important to you using those scissors. Am I mistaken? Ah. And then, conclusion number 2. At this very moment, you have been caught red-handed in the midst of a nefarious deed. By now you must be shaking under that beard, panicking over if you've already been found out. Am I mistaken? Good. Here it comes, Naruto, one of Mr. Holmes' great deductions.
I think you might want to retract that finger, Holmes, right? He looks like just about ready to cut it off.
Yeah.
Like, objection, snip.
There we go. He got the snip. Mr. Holmes has a truly incredible talent. With just one look at a person, he can learn just about everything about them. How in the world? No way. That's impossible. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. I've read that book countless times. I can't believe I'm about to hear one of his great deductions firsthand. Oh, truly, it's like a dream come true. I can't believe what I'm hearing, and yet Mr. Roylott turned as white as a sheet. Somehow it looks like those two conclusions hit the mark. How could you possibly know that? Is that what you're about to say?
Your next line is...
Oh my word. Sugin my word. Very well, it's time for all to be revealed. How indeed did this great detective before you arrive at these two conclusions? You're in for a treat now, your first joint reasoning. Oh!
Oh, it's that thing.
What I mean to say is, I'm asking you to tag along with my reasoning. Here we go. Deduction start, the game is afoot. Identity. Behold, Mr. Roylott of the mysterious Russian. First, let your eyes be drawn towards this. This oversized pair of scissors sticking out like a sore thumb. Now, just what in the devil were you planning to do with those? With just a little observation, the answer becomes obvious. You intend to cut off your splendid beard with those scissors. Continuing on. Now then, why would you have such an urgent need to cut that magnificent beard? That too is quite obvious, and I have the evidence to back it up.
It's like dancing around and like snapping his finger with like a stage light.
Yeah.
Game show music playing in the background.
Pretty much. Okay, have a look at this morning's newspaper. It contains a rather intriguing article. In fact, it appears that you too have seen the article of which I speak. Surely you must understand by now. The article inside reveals your true identity. The newspaper's revolutionary article. Revolutionary Dmitry Deglasky flees Russia believed to be en route to Shanghai. As you can see, the picture clearly depicts that eye-catching beard of yours. Having seen the article, you planned to cut off your beard before the crew found you out. However, since you have yet to do so, your true identity remains clear. You are none other than the frightful revolutionary Dmitry Demoglasky. Though with that said, I can't say I've ever heard of you. Conclusion. The defected revolutionary. Oh, moving on. Okay, topic the crime. Next, my secondary deduction. It seems to me that we have caught you in the act of committing a terrible crime. Now, as for the proof of that crime, aha, it's right over there, is it not? As I expected, it appears that you've shown your hand, Mr. Roylott. When people are taken by surprise, they tend to reflexively shift their gaze. It's a classic tell more eloquently and powerful, more eloquent and powerful than mere words could ever employ. Yes, our answer lies directly in your line of sight, so carelessly directed. The proof of your crime, elementary, it's that trunk. I think it's about time you opened this trunk and showed us what's inside, No, I am refusing. Exactly what do you have hiding in there? From what I can see, were you to apply enough force, I think you'd be able to fit a small girl inside. That's silly. A young girl stuffed into her trunk? Just who might she be? Ah, good grief. You're not much of a criminal, are you? Your line of sight betrayed your secret so easily. Just now, without a second thought, you took a glance at our answer. The reason why you can't open that trunk can again be found in a newspaper. In truth, it seems that there is yet another intriguing article published in these pages. Rather than looking at the article about the revolutionary, flip to the reverse page. Beautiful flower of the prestigious Novovich Ballet Company goes missing. There is only one logical conclusion. The crime you are in the very midst of committing is abduction. According to the article, the girl's name is Nikoma Boshevich, or something. Or something. It's almost as bad as Naruhodo just saying this cross-examination thing. And there you have it. The great deductions of Sherlock Holmes have been revealed. I mean, it's okay, I guess. Suzuto, was that really his so-called great deduction? Yes, I read all about it in his book, but his great deductions just now were a little different from usual. Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Holmes, but could you come over here for a moment? Ah, what can I do for you? About your reasoning just now, if I may. Yes, by all means. What's on your mind?
Well, they're just like sitting here, like he says, "Oh, there's a girl in the trunk," and it's not going anywhere near the trunk to even attempt to save her. Just like, oh, yeah. Okay, I guess I'm here.
Yeah, and I love the fact that if they were all just standing around in the same places that they were,
and they're just standing there with like the guy who he's accusing of abducting someone with holding scissors in his hand. He's literally armed.
Yeah.
And
the fact of the matter is, Sherlock Holmes is just spinning around, clicking his fingers, and making lights appear.
He's not even like calling an authority or like calling on someone to arrest him. It's just like
he's just spinning around, clicking his fingers, like, yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Get jazzy on him.
Yeah.
Get jazzy on him.
Well, let me start with this newspaper. I'm pretty
Clarkson.
Pretty much. Well, let me start with this newspaper. I'm pretty sure I said this earlier, but though these two men's faces are nothing alike, they look completely different. Well, I seem to recall that I've mentioned this earlier as well, however. We're dealing with a revolutionary. Who's to say he didn't revolutionize his own face? Well, I suppose at the very least he looks more like the picture than you do, Naruhodo. That's not the point. And besides that, there's something else. That bit about the abduction. Oh yes, truly a shocking turn of events, isn't it? At first glance, I wouldn't think how a girl could fit inside that trunk. Actually, it's worse than that. It's clearly way too small for a person to fit inside at all. You'd be able to barely be able to close it, even if you stuffed as much as a 5-year-old inside. How would you know that? How would you know that you'd be able to fit a 5-year-old child in that?
I mean, I'm sure by that age you know how like big a 5-year-old would look. I mean, judging by that size,
he's clearly had experience. He's had experience shoving 5-year-olds into trunks.
Yeah. And like, that was rather quick to be able to, from the time for them randomly scream then and not like before.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Oh, didn't you know she's
things
actually
not coming together here?
You didn't know she's actually 15. Oh, she's legal in Japan. So if she's 15,
that's the first you come up with.
Yeah. So if she's 15, then roughly 10 years of her. So if she's 15, then roughly 10 years of her should be sticking out of that trunk. There's something I once heard somewhere a long time ago. In order to make their bodies more limber, some ballerinas would drink vinegar every day. Vinegar, huh?
Ew.
Indeed, with a body ripened by vinegar, fitting into a box like that should be no trouble at all. You're making out that perhaps like dancers.
The only thing that I like, they put an incredible amount of pressure on like the tips to like their toes. Put their entire body weight on it, and it can like just like foot injury.
What a complete mess. Naruhodo, about Mr. Holmes' reasoning just now. I think his observations are right on the mark for at least the foundations of what happened. It's just the focal points and logic are just a bit off. So are we basically going to be shoving him back into place? If we take the most important...
Maybe instead of debating what's in the thing, how about you open the...
Yeah, just open the case by force. I mean, that would solve a lot of things just like that, rather than talking it out.
Yeah.
So take the keywords of his deductions and replace them? Yes, discreetly, mind you. If we can do that, then surely Mr. Holmes' great deductions will truly come to light. Indubitably, that's exactly what I was thinking. Wow, the great detective is a real piece of work. Well, it seems you got your work cut out for you, thanks to me. You sure are laughing loud enough about it. Oh, and as for you, I almost forgot. Me? What is it? Take a look at your hands. My hands? Oh. Ah, the handcuffs. They're gone. What? How did... I thought those cuffs might get in the way of your deductions, so I cut them off in a jiffy. Amazing, I expect no less from the great detective Sherlock Holmes. Ah, and there's no need to be worried. I'll put them back on once we're finished here. No, that's okay, you can leave them off. Now then, why don't we give this another go? Come, one and all, to Sherlock Holmes, Theatre of Logic and Reason.
On the show, we shall present to you the case of the vinegar guzzling 5-year-old who's actually a 15-year-old.
I couldn't have put it better myself. Okay. Behold, Mr. Roylott, the mysterious Russian. First, let your eyes be drawn towards this.
Hold it, Mr. Holmes. I actually really like that. They put it there.
This oversized pair of scissors sticking out like a sore thumb. Just what the devil were you planning to do with those? With just a little observation, the answer becomes obvious. You intended to cut off your splendid beard with those scissors. Are those the kind of scissors you'd be able to cut a beard with? I don't have any intentions of ever growing a beard like that, so I don't really know. I think Mr. Roylott isn't so sure himself. In other words, this part of the deduction seems a little off. In that case, Naruhodo, let's try replacing it with something else. Sounds good to me, but just how do we go about doing that? First, let's stop and take a look at Mr. Roylott himself. Was it really the beard he wanted to cut off? There you go, that's a good question. Next, look for the answer. When you find it, you just gotta cut his dick off.
Yeah.
I think I might be off as well. The rest is in your hands. That came at the wrong time. Okay, I'll give it a try. Time to replace this logic. What was Mr. Roylott trying to cut off with those scissors? Oh. He's got a bit of hair at the back. Hey! Pretty hair. Oh, I get to do the little spinny clicks now.
Oh, the spinny click.
The spinny click, you intended to cut off your pretty hair with those scissors. Indubitably, that's what I meant to say.
Oh, he's doing it too! He's doing it too! I love this game!
This is brilliant. Such
I love this!
spinning...
Oh, there it is! It's a duet! It's the duet!
Yeah! Such beautiful golden locks couldn't possibly belong to an old man.
Oh...
You're
it's a whammon!
It's a whammon. Respect whammon.
Respect whammon.
You're actually a woman, aren't you? And judging by your hair's sheen, you're clearly a young girl at that. If only I had the chance to cut my hair, then I would not be found out. Click. Now then, why would you have such an urgent need to cut that beautiful hair? That too is quite obvious, and I have the evidence to back it up. Surely you must understand by now. This article reveals your true identity. The newspaper's revolutionary article. That doesn't make sense because now... Incredible, I sure wasn't expecting that. To think that the old man was actually a young girl this entire time. What is it? Why are you staring at me? Well, it was definitely shopping, but what's even more surprising to me is how much you seem to enjoy this kind of thing. I mean, who wouldn't want to spin around and click? Click their fingers and make lights
Flick
appear.
him around, smack him around, take him all around town.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure, it's kind of obvious with long, beautiful hair, and it's actually a girl. What character has long hair and would be a girl who would be young? Specifically, one who is age 15 and potentially a ballerina.
I mean, that can't be right. She's stuffed in the in the suitcase.
Yeah, because of all the vinegar that she drank. Clearly.
Yeah. And who was just jumping around with glee? Not me. It was just that. Fine. I'll leave it at that. Oh, Suzuto was jumping around. Anyway, the other side. Look at this. Think back to Holmes' logic earlier. The evidence he brought up. It seems a little strange now, doesn't it? It does. If Mr. Roylott is really a woman, then that means the article about the revolutionary isn't related to the case anymore. And because of that, the flow of logic has changed course entirely. The flow has changed course, huh? Let's replace this evidence so it matches the flow of logic, so we need to bring up the trunk. For some reason, that girl needed to hide her true identity. I feel like I heard something about a young girl not too long ago. I heard that she was legal. Missing ballerina article. This article reveals your true identity. The newspaper's missing ballerina article. Intuitively, without a doubt, that must be it. Beautiful Flower, the prestigious Novovich Ballet Company goes missing. I do believe that we are finally able to call you by your real name. Your true identity is the ballerina from the Novovich Ballet Company. Nikoma Bolshevich. Eek. Ooh. That was close. This is cool. Nice. Ooh, she's hot. But she's 15. It is as you say. My real name is Nikomina Borshevich. Please, tell no one.
Ooh, I like. How did she hide that? How did she hide her chest until now, though? That's what I want to know.
Pillows.
Enough.
Kidnap. The conclusion, kidnap ballerina. Okay. Next, my second deduction. It seems to me that we have caught you in the act of committing a terrible crime. Now, as for the proof of that crime. Aha, it's right over there, is it not? As I expected, it appears that you've shown your hand, Miss Nikomina. When people are taken by surprise, they tend to reflexively shift their gaze. It's a classic tell, more eloquent and powerful than mere words could ever convey. Yes, our answer lies directly in your line of sight, so carelessly directed. The proof of your crime. Elementary. It's that trunk. If that girl is actually the ballerina, then there's obviously no way she packed up that trunk right now. Or packed up in that trunk. Right, in fact, the idea that she was abducted at all is now disputable. I mean, it was disputable to begin with. No one drinks vinegar out the bottle. It's just... it's elementary, as they say.
My dear Watson.
Elementary, my dear Watson. No one drinks vinegar like that, even if they want to get flexible. Then what exactly is this girl's actual crime? This looks like I have no choice. I have to take the stage again. Naruhodo, you're certainly enjoying all this, aren't you? Jumping around the room and joining Mr. Holmes in this theatrics must be so thrilling. Please stop teasing me. Spinning around and clicking fingers. I love it. It's so cool.
I love it too. I love it too.
Yeah. Anyway, some other evidence that reveals her true crime must be in here somewhere.
Imagine like, oh my god, imagine like Prosecutor Gavin doing that.
Oh my god. I'd love to see that. But this
he practically already does like the finger snap, like
yeah.
It'd be perfect.
Yeah.
If only this game wasn't made like the. When born. Oh, great! I would have loved it. Ah well, I guess it wasn't meant to be. Are you still there? I don't hear you at all. Are you still here?
Hello? I must have gone silent.
Well, there you go. I thought like you like I thought
No,
your
no,
mic died.
my mic just completely went off. That's odd. This live stream is just full of problems.
I one suggestion is I'd say invest in a wired thing, like maybe
It's not necessarily the connection. The connection is brilliant. It's the computer itself. I've tried ever so hard to make it run better. It's only a cheap £300 computer. So bought, set up, no, not a special gaming PC. So this will probably
that one, because it did not work at all, and I had to replace the charger. Like we replaced the charger once, and I had to like 3 or 4 times before we just said, "I'm done with this," and I threw it out. So
yeah. Well, this one's actually serving me
Anywhere.
quite well. It's 4 years old now, and it still runs really well. It's a good £300 computer, but it's not
Dell
that great.
computer.
Yeah, come to think of
Like,
it, yeah, it's just I'm thinking of investing in a gaming PC soon.
If you want to keep doing like stuff like this, I would absolutely suggest that, because if your computer's having trouble like streaming like this, because like I would absolutely love to do like this again and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it'd be
Apart
even
from me,
better
like,
if we actually do the screen share while doing it all, so we could all
do
get
it
involved.
if I can't voice any character.
Okay, I feel like I've seen it somewhere, and recently at that, it's in the article. Tiara. The proof of your crime. Elementary. It's a tiara. She wanted to take the tiara for herself. She's a thief. This must be the tiara used on stage by the Novovich Ballet Company, right? It bears a striking resemblance to the one you can see in the news article. According to the article, this tiara is valued at 20,000 rubles. In other words, that would make the nature of your crime grand larceny. You pilfered that tiara from the ballet school you were a member of, didn't you? It seems so, by her reaction. Yeah, definitely. I am all alone. No allies, no friends. I'm needing money to survive. But I did not steal tiara. That is not true. A Prussian Earl gave it to me. It belongs to me now. A 15-year-old girl seeking asylum all on her own? I can't imagine how scared and alone she must feel. Ouch. Are you happy? I have told you everything. No, not yet. Huh? There is still another mystery left to unravel. I do not understand.
Oh boy.
The trunk. The trunk. You have obstinately refused my request to have that trunk opened and examined. Surely you must have some sort of important reason to do so. Is that not the case, Miss Nekomina? I must keep secret from this man. You think to yourself, but it is futile. I have already found a way to infer the contents of the trunk, you see. Ah, good grief. You're not much of a criminal, are you? Your line of sight betrayed your secret so easily. Yes, the answer lies directly in your line of sight, so carelessly directed. The reason you can't allow us to open the trunk is written on the books in the shelf. What? Holmes' deduction has totally changed from what he was saying before. I assume he must have changed directions to take our new deductions into account. Even so, to just suddenly blurt it out like that it must be the books to the cabinet itself. That's nothing more than a random guess. It's painfully obvious. I mean, I guess he's not wrong. I wonder if that's really the case. I mean, no matter what her reason for refusing access to the trunk, how could it possibly be written anywhere else in those books?
Oh, I think I got it. I think I know what happened. Okay, so she saw the adder, and that's why she screamed. And so she got it into the trunk.
Oh. Oh, she was looking at the air vents. Yeah, didn't mistakenly steal a glance in that general direction. So you're saying that the reason she refuses to open the trunk lies somewhere within her line of sight, this time too. Air vent. Why won't she open that trunk? The answer to that question has to lie somewhere in her line of sight. Wait, what? Painting? I see a lovely little painting hanging on the wall over there. It's a painting of...
No, look over there on the far left.
Far left?
It's a little tube. Can you...
I don't think I can reach there.
Oh.
No, it's one of these three things. What does this notice say? The SSL Claire's boarding regulations are written here. Do not store any dangerous things, such as weapons or animals, in the cabins.
Oh, that's why! She's looking at that because it's a snake.
Oh my god. Be quite terrible, such as being thrown overboard into the freezing cold oceans, or perhaps being confined in some terribly narrow wardrobe. It's beginning to sound like I've been taking this punishment for quite a while. Yep, there we go. Present. Hi! The reason you can't allow us to open the trunk is written on the notice. Do not store any dangerous things, such as weapons or animals, in the cabins. Something inside that trunk is prohibited on this ship. Because of this, you cannot risk opening the trunk and allowing us to examine its contents. Earlier, we noticed that the trunk moved on its own. If you had a weapon hidden in there, that wouldn't explain the trunk's movement. And so only one possibility remains: Miss Nikomina inside that trunk. Oh, that's cool. Oh.
Oh.
Just wait for it. Oh,
Boy.
that is beautiful. Have you seen it? Both of them.
Double spin.
Both of them together.
Doing it in synchronization.
That is
They're
brilliant.
doing a little ballerina act of their own.
Oh my god. Is the other thing, a type of thing that cannot be kept in the cabins? An animal. Eek.
Probably think, oh, she's keeping her puppy. Open it up, hiss.
Yeah, I reckon it still is a puppy though. Smuggled animal. Ooh. Deduction complete. Elementary. Oh my god, that was so much fun.
Oh, that was great.
I loved that. I loved every moment of it. So you're
I think
actually
Holmes is like my new favorite character in this entire game. I love him.
Grimsby Roylott is not my real name. It's Nikomina Borshevich, as you say. You disappeared from the ballet school mid-performance in order to flee Russia. And last night you stealthily made your way aboard this ship. Stealthily? The SSL Claire is a colossal steamship. Is it even possible to board this ship without anyone noticing? You hastily disguise yourself as an old man in hopes of hiding your true identity. And now you decided to chop up that long blonde hair of yours along with the rest of your past. However, a woman's hair is her crown and glory. It is precious enough to be considered her life. If it were me, I would have refused to cut her off and struggled to find another way. But if that's the case, then what was that distressed cry we all heard coming from this cabin? Why the distressed yet beautiful bell-like peal of this lovely lady's cries, naturally? That was one loud bell, then. I escaped from Shanghai. In fear, I know they search for me. I put on disguise so no one can find me. Then you ended up taking on the role of a fairly suspicious old man, I see. After I put on beard and hat, I saw a newspaper. Inside was my picture. I was so scared. I shouted without thinking, if I do not more change appearance, they will find me. I knowed I need cut off hair, so I grabbed scissors. That must have been the very moment we first entered the cabin. I suppose circumstances like these really do happen every once in a while. Intuitively, such is the current situation. This was all a lot more confusing than it needed to be. I mean, not wrong there. Excuse me, Miss Nikomina, but there is at least one thing I would like to ask. What is in the trunk?
They're really kind of batting around that point.
Yeah, just like... Inside, my precious friend hides. Friend? Please, please, keep it secret. From captain, sailors, everyone. Well, I suppose that's fine. However, only if you speak with us of the events that transpired last night, understood? Yes, I am talking. So what do you think, Naruhodo? We were able to witness the great deductions of Sherlock Holmes firsthand. I mean, great is an overstatement, I think. To be perfectly honest, I think that I'm still a little confused over which part of this is the great deduction. At any rate, at least we can hear what Nikomina has to say now. That's amazing. That's right, it certainly is quite amazing. Ah, that's right. I almost forgot about you. Yes? What is it? He's going to put the cuffs back on me. Yeah! Take a look at your hands again. My hands? The handcuffs are back on again. Oh, what? How? As promised, I put them right back on where they belong in a jiffy. Where did he even? The cuffs are on again. Literally, as he promised. Oh dear. The suspicions cast upon you have not yet been considered clear, after all. We don't have much choice in this matter. I hope you understand. I suppose. Is that really so? Now then, at any rate, we ought to listen to what Nikomina has to say. Personally speaking, I'm curious about this mysterious speckled band that Kazuma witnessed. Okay, let's investigate her. So I take you aware a murder occurred in the cabin next door. Yes, sailors told me during breakfast. The one who died was our friend. That is true. That's why we're trying to gather information right now, for his sake. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Something that sounded like a conversation or anything? Or the sound of a ship overtaken by a raging storm? Or a huge explosion from the engine? I think everyone would have noticed something like that. But, I mean, it's not a wrong question to ask. Everything's tilted, isn't it? Okay, anyway, did you hear anything, Mrs. Nikomina? I am knowing nothing. I was not thinking of anything but me. I am knowing nothing at all. I see. Defection. Okay. Yes.
I guess that there wasn't actually any, like, person that actually, like, intentionally killed him. My guess is that, air duct and killed him.
I mean, granted, if it was intentional, it must have been done with the snake, but even then, someone must have intentionally put it in there. So it's still a murder.
Perhaps, yeah.
Perhaps. Okay, I'll go to British Empire, board ferry to America. I'm done with ballet, I want to start new life. You say you're done with ballet, but you still decided to bring that tiara along. Tiara's mine. I need tiara to live. I make no money from ballet group. I get only food and water. From country to country, I only dance all day. I had to run to protect self. And so you chose to seek asylum, right? Sailors on this ship are my friends. They let me on board, gave me an empty cabin. But if that's the case, there's still one thing that doesn't quite fit. Yes, I see it too, Mr. Holmes. What do you think, Naruto? Yes, of course. We should ask Nikomina about that. I have no idea what they're talking about. I love how Naruto sort of speaks for all of us on that. Like, I honestly don't know, but I'm going with it.
I don't know either.
Okay.
I didn't notice anything strange.
No. According to this article, you only just disappeared yesterday. So that means that the only time you could have boarded the ship was last night. However, the SSL Claire did not weigh anchor at harbour last night. Now when you mention it. So how in the world did you manage to board the ship? Actually, that's a good point.
Oh.
That's confusing. Come to think of it, the sailor in the hallway was behaving a little strangely, wasn't he? It was after
that's why he was acting strangely, because, like, get smuggled on board.
Ah.
Dang.
It was after we asked him when Mr. Roylott had boarded. You are not needing that information. That's what he said, if I remember. Gracefully descending onto the stage like a snow-white angel. What? You saying you flew in? It is about me. Was written in theatre review in Russian newspaper. I am gracefully descending onto ship too. I am an angel after all. You've got a high opinion of yourself. That's quite the groundbreaking claim you're making, considering your limited English.
Oh, so like, did she like come by like helicopter?
This is olden times, where they've only really sort of.
Oh yeah, right. They didn't have helicopters in the 1900s. What am I thinking? They didn't even have cars. I'm dumb.
Well, I think they have cars, but no sort of air transport.
Like, I wasn't like.
Yeah, wonderful
like,
reasoning.
Wasn't like Ford not invented until like 1934?
Something like that.
Let me look that up. Let me look it up.
So, yeah, go for it, mate. But I'm pretty sure
I think the Model
helicopters
2
don't
is like
exist.
the first one.
I wonder if all Westerners are as boldly spoken as Holmes and the young Nico here.
Yeah.
Like a god amongst men, he gracefully takes in the knowledge of the world.
Okay, so apparently it started in October 1st, 1908.
1908? What, helicopters?
Oh. No, for the Ford Model T, which is like the first car that ever like really out to like the public.
Oh, really? Okay.
To say, helicopters were not a thing in 1900.
Yeah.
Who's smart?
But that's in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, a serialized, exaggerated novel. At any rate, she doesn't look like she has any intention of telling us the truth of how she got on board. But let's find out about this friend. So Nikomina's friend is in the trunk. But this ship forbids animals from being brought aboard. Please keep secret. Do not tell anyone on ship. If they find out, then those brawny Russian sailors will grab that trunk and throw it into the sea. Yay! You're so mean. So this friend, is it a puppy, perhaps? No, no. Or maybe an adorable little rabbit. No. Ha! You think Russia has adorable little rabbits bouncing around the tundra? Huh? You mean they don't? I'm assuming not. But how should I know? Then don't say anything, Mr. Holmes.
Well, I mean, there are snow. I mean, isn't it like snow hares?
Must be. Okay.
Because I know there's like. I know there's definitely rabbits that live in the polar regions.
Hmm.
But like, snow hares are absolutely a thing.
Hmm. So rabbits definitely exist there. Come on. Okay, neither of you are even close to the mark. By friend, she must mean... I've got it. Without a shadow of a doubt, it must be a chicken.
Chicken?
Well,
Rabbit makes more sense than a chicken in Russia.
Well, just think about it. It wakes you up in the morning with its loud crow, it lays eggs every day, and if push comes to shove, you can just roast it up and have a nice little meal, right?
Oh, come on! Holmes, please! Send her on the special friend!
Yeah, something tells me you're not exactly treating that chicken as a friend. No, it's not a chicken. Look at all these chickens. Well, after all said and done, the fact remains that the identity of her friend is unknown. Why is he laughing? I knew it. She's still wary of us.
If it's unknown, how about you ask her what it is?
I feel like there's something I should be showing Nakamina. I'm not sure exactly what, though. I'm gonna present the book. Asugi's journal, Speckled Band. This is a journal that belonged to my friend who passed away. Journal? He wrote about seeing something last night and we're curious about it. 1 hour and 23 minutes after midnight, I heard a sound like a low whistle. And then, 1 hour and 35 minutes after midnight, I saw a speckled band at the air duct. Speckled band? The cabin's air duct is linked to the cabin next door.
Oh, the little whistle, was it hissing?
Yeah, a whistle. Okay, you can see it right up there. In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected. Ah. Miss Nakamina, do you know anything about this? About the low whistle the victim heard, or anything about this speckled band? I wonder. No. I am knowing nothing. I see. Well. Oh. Knock knock. Knock 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 knock. Please excuse me. I need one moment. I need a moment, Mr. Oilot. What is it? How did she do that so fast? The captain wants to talk with you about something. Please go to captain's quarters as soon as possible.
Oh, you're right. How did she do that so fast?
Yeah. Understood. We'll come at once. What is it? Do not ask me that. You must leave now. Ah, please don't worry about us. We will be fine, Mr. Roylott. Quit playing. You heard him. Get out or I'll throw you out myself. It looks like we won't be able to continue inspecting the cabin right now. Oh no. So we can't find out what's in that trunk. Unless we break the door down. And Holmes has still got that that urge to kick something. We didn't even have a second to investigate before we were thrown out of the room. Literally.
Like, angry post that he did, it like it almost reminded me of Bobby Fulbright's angry.
Yeah. Oh man, Bobby Fulbright. Bless him. I'm so glad he doesn't die.
Yeah.
Oh, to be continued.
Oh, here we go. So what do we do? Are we keeping? Are we?
Yeah, we'll continue.
Alright.
I've still got another couple hours.
Good by me. I'm not exactly doing anything else anyway.
That's fine then. Okay, none for January, SSL Claire. First class cabins. I can't believe he threw us out. Literally threw us out. Like, not even caring. And I can't believe we didn't manage to learn anything about that speckled band. What I'll probably do is I'm just going to have a quick break. And I'll be right back.
Good thing I'm gonna. Another one anyway.
A what? Another drink?
I'm gonna go grab another seltzer, so.
Fair play. Okay, so I'll be back in a few moments.
Alright. As will I. And I am back.
And we're back. We're back
Also
in the
been,
room.
Yes.
I've got my refreshments. Seems we're all ready. Oh, 1 second.
One can of seltzer. I brought 2.
Whoa. Just reading the chat. Alright, now that they're gone, let's spam the chat with memes. I see a distinct lack of memes right now.
This is not acceptable.
Yeah, we expected more memes here. Come on.
Guys,
Like-
my lads.
Like, even if you just said Big Chungus in the chat. Can we get a Big Chungus in the chat? We'll get all those lurkers out.
Lads, fellas. My folks.
What?
I'm sorry if that last one was a bit too loud.
Appy says, fuck, sorry for disappointing. Like, come on. There we go, we got a Big Chungus in the chat.
There we go.
There's a Big Chungus tax coming along.
I made a song about that, actually.
What? Big Chungus?
Have you not heard the Big Chungus song yet?
No?
Well, do you want me to link it?
Go for it. Let's have a listen to it in the chat. Well, hopefully it doesn't open up Chrome, because that'll kill my stream.
No, oh, no, I'll post a link. There's links there if anyone wants to, like, open it up.
Nice.
Not suggest opening up on Chrome, because machine is important machine. Excuse me.
Nice. I think it didn't go through because you haven't got the permissions.
What? I wasn't actually playing it for the stream. I was just putting the link in the stream. In the stream chat. For anyone
Yeah,
else
yeah.
listening.
You can't post links there. That's why it didn't go through.
Oh. The link works fine for me.
Oh. Well, it didn't appear on my side, so therefore it must not exist.
Oof. I think maybe like YouTube does a thing to like
Make you think that you sent
not show off.
Hmm.
Only one who got it. Like, am I the only one who sees it?
Now that sailor is watching us even more closely than he was before. More like he's staring daggers at me. Oh, come to think of it. What's the matter? The great detective of yours. Where did he run off to? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen him skulking about for a while now. When did he slip away? He dutifully cuffed me again and then vanished. It's like, make sure you got the cuffs on. I'm just gonna prod the Russian, because you know, gotta make sure.
Yeah, you know, that's a great idea.
Just poke a Russian guy. I really needed to investigate Nikomina's cabin. Well now, you look like you're really wanting something. Yeah. Are you looking to be thrown out of his cabin again, friend? No, I assure you that's certainly not the case at all. Next time I have to toss you out, you're going straight into ocean. Do not forget it. Be sure to remember that.
Ocean man.
Take me by the hand, lead me to the land.
Oh, I got it. That's Bobby Fulbright's like great grandfather or something.
Maybe.
doesn't make a ton of sense because Bobby Ford is supposed to be like the typical American hero descended from a Russian. I'm not sure that kind of adds up.
Well, maybe. It could be the uniform that's also setting it as well. It's a white uniform.
It's also true, yeah.
So they're saying, oh, I wonder if Detective Hasanaga's found anything. We should probably head inside. Move? Oh, wait. Okay. Looks like they're still investigating the scene. That reminds me. I wonder if Detective Hasanaga's still well. What do you mean by that? Naruto, have you forgotten already? In order to grant you, a prisoner, the opportunity to investigate freely, he said something like, I will give my very life, if only to persuade the captain. Oh, you're right, he did say that. Well, I figure the give my very life part was just an exaggeration. Should we go check on with him now? He might have some new information for us. Hopefully. Let's talk to this bugger. You, where have you been? Sir, I was over in the next cabin performing an investigation. And just who gave you permission to do that? It was a sailor named Hasanaga. The new guy? I swear I'll roll him up into a ball and throw him into the freezer to cool down for a while.
Ocean man. Take me by the land, lead me to the hand.
Yeah. Is Detective Hasanaga really going to be shoved into a freezer? I feel deeply indebted to him for this. When we return home, I'll make sure to order him a beefsteak at Lecantos. Somehow I feel as though we're still a long way from making it back to Japan.
What gave you that idea? You know, just the month long, yeah.
Yeah.
The month long trip in the wardrobe. Whatever.
Okay. Let's see this door now that he's not guarding it. This leads to the second class cabin. It's locked. It won't budge. Well, that makes sense, after all. They're not going to just let us suspect the murderer waltz right out of their custody. She looked me right in the eye as she said that. Youch. Let's see. A three-deck structure, a large number of passenger rooms, a technological marvel. Actually, I've always wondered, how does such a gigantic hunk of steel manage
What about a technological DC?
What?
Technological marvel. What about a technological...
But how does a gigantic hunk of steel manage to float in the ocean without sinking? It's actually rather simple if you think about it. Well, think about the islands of Japan. What about them? Even
I mean,
a massive...
those are two different entire concepts, but like...
Even a massive hunk of land like an island floats without effort. So if you're not that surprised that the islands float, then why would you be surprised that ships do? Oh, I see. That's a pretty good point. This is quite primitive understanding.
I wonder if people like if the Japanese back in like the 1900s did actually believe it just floated. It's not that far-fetched of an idea.
What's this little thing down here? I've been wondering. This is a trap that's used to capture rodents. Ah, right. I've seen these in Japan too. This one looks like it uses a bait and a sticky substance that I've never seen before though. Let's see. The bait is a food called cheese, a western staple made from fermented milk. Cheese? I wonder what it tastes like.
Oh, they're leaving. There's like mice on the ship, and the ice.
I see. A curious look. Don't try to eat it.
I accidentally.
You're cracking up a bit.
That's not good. No.
So you said there was mice on the ship?
Yeah, and because, well, Snake wants to eat the mice, so
Ah.
probably why I got out.
Maybe. Oh, she's going to give Naruhodo some snacks. Where am I meant to go then? I'm still so confused.
Actually, that entire writing thing would actually my theory that there was no murder involved at all because falsified isn't gonna do that.
I'm reckoning it was the big Stroganoff guy.
Perhaps.
Wait. Someone says check the left side of Asugi's cabin? Oh! There he is.
What is it?
Oh! Hosnaga looks a bit beat up. Jesus. He actually looks assaulted.
Oh. He has a black eye. Oh, poor lad.
Welcome back. Detective Hosnaga? What's happened to you? Your face looks terrible. Oh yes, please don't be alarmed. It's just a few bumps and bruises. I don't think I'd describe that as just a few bumps and bruises and all. As I was reporting to the captain in regards to give you the permission to investigate, the crew started to jeer at me for it. Punch him in the face and throw him overboard. What? Ouch.
What nice people.
Soon they decided to be content with only the punches, as you can see now. That's all it was though, nothing to be worried about. I mean, I would be worried.
Secret to everyone.
Poor guy. The Sherlock Holmes, or something similar. So the great detective told Hasanaga the current status. Okay. Yes, a wonderful idea. Let's figure something out. Can you believe it? Nikomina Petrov is in the cabin right next to us. Oh? You know who she is? For a lover of ballet, it would be impossible not to have heard that lovely fairy. Oh, we started hacking. He got mad at me. Moving on, it seems settled that the adjacent cabin has no relation to the incident. Huh? Why did you say that? Has it made any further evidence? Nope. To be perfectly honest, there isn't much we can do right now. One new piece of evidence. Ooh, more information. Let's go.
Info, we got the info.
Give us that intel.
Give us the good. Give us the good.
This is a report written by the ship's doctor after his examination of the corpse. Oh, so it's an autopsy report, basically. Oh, post-mortem. Kazuma. Let's see how he died. How did he die? His neck was broken.
Oh, that does not sound like a snake at all.
Had no visible external injuries. Initially, it was presumed that the cause of death was poison. However, the doctor's report states that there wasn't a single trace of poison in his body. So, snakes looking less popular.
That's a complete. That's a complete 180. I went from there's no snake.
Yeah. Okay, no murder weapon can be found. I fear he may have been bludgeoned with some kind of blunt object that left no wound. The central nervous system connects at the body through the cervical vertebrae. If one receives a strong blow there, death without visible injury is not unlikely. Oh, we got a copy of it. Nice. Oh, he believes in us.
You believe in magic.
Believe in the me that believes in the you. Ah, that's true. Post-mortem has been filed into the court record. Great detective. Let's see what he has to say about him. Oh, so Mr. Holmes came by when we were gone. Yes. He seemed content expecting the floor. In fact, he even crawled about for a bit. Sounds like him. Well, after a few minutes, he gave up and just left. He seemed rather restless and impatient. Probably still wants to kick down a door. Okay. Did that great detective say anything at all? Yes, now that you mention it, he did say one thing in a very loud, boisterous voice. This is a shoe polish, he announced for the whole world to hear. Shoe polish? I wonder what he meant. As I recall, he was over there when he said it. Around where the broken bell is. Was he referring to those brownish red marks on the floor? Oh! Oh, it looks a bit different on the floor. Oh yes, that's right. But how did he know it was shoe polish? I haven't the foggiest. When I asked, his reply was so convoluted it made my head spin. So it's the shoe polish on the floor, apparently. That's interesting. Is something wrong, Suzuto? Come to think of it. Kazuma had been wearing a pair of lace-up brownish red knee-high boots. Brownish red? I remember those boots. It was a red so dark they almost seemed black. He often tended to them with a polish that was a colour much like red wine. Ah, so then, that would make these a mark of Asogi's shoe polish. Floor markings in polish. Okay, that seems to be everything. I'm afraid this is all I can offer to speak about. I have to return to my post soon. I can feel the sailor's eyes boring a hole into my head. I understand. Thank you very much. Huff. Cough, cough, cough. Man. You seem rather fatigued, sir. I mean, he keeps coughing, like... Is he always coughing? Like, every single time? I failed in my duty to protect Asogi. Of course my suffering is trivial compared to what you must be going through. Moreover, my head has been hurting since this morning. I've been unable to do anything about it. A headache? Come to think of it, I can still feel the dull throbbing pain in the back of my head. Oh. It's interesting. I'm presuming we have to go out to the corridor again. Oh, yep. Oh, has he left his post? Oh. Look, Naruto. Mr. Stroganoff is nowhere to be seen. Strogo what? You know, that extremely brawny Russian sailor from before. I just can't seem to commit any Russian names to memory. Brilliant. La la la. What in the... I hear the sound of someone's loud and enthusiastic humming nearby. La la la. La la la. La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Sorry. If only Mangs was watching.
If only.
If only. The greatest detective of all. That ridiculously obnoxious voice. This sounds rather familiar. Well, putting aside the singing for a minute, we have a perfect opportunity right here. Yes, let's renew our efforts.
Mang's the greatest detective of all.
Oh, it's gonna... If only Mangs could voice Sherlock Holmes.
I would love that. That would be amazing.
Yeah. Right, let's hurry up and get started before that Mr. Stroggers something gets back. It's Mr. Stroganoff. Okay, let's get in there. Let's get in and find out what's going on. Oh, he's already opened the case. It doesn't like Nikamina's returned yet. Suzuto, huh?
All the things open.
Yeah, it's already open, man. Wait, Suzuto, you can't just... Time isn't on our side here. We have to investigate when we can, where we can. Okay, we're doing this for Asugi after all. Not just for Asugi. Huh? It won't be long before we reach the next port, Hong Kong. Are you sure you still want to be wearing those handcuffs when we arrive? Ah, that's a fair point. It's up to us and us alone to solve this case. Alright, let's do it. On the bed, right now. Okay. Examine the case, because that's the same trunk from earlier. It's wide open. It's entirely empty, but according to the great detective's deductions, Nikamina had been hiding her friend inside of it. And she felt compelled to keep that a secret. Because the SSL Claire does not allow animals to be brought aboard. Just what was stuffed into this trunk? And where could it have gone since we last were here? What's in that little thing? There doesn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary. Really? Naruto, are you still here? Yes, I've been here the whole time. Oh,
I know that he's here, but I don't know if I'm here.
Yeah, I'm not even sure.
Where have I been? Where have I been the past
5-10 minutes, you know? I was worried that if I took my eyes off you, you'd go shut yourself up in that wardrobe. Do you think I'm some kind of freak who lives just to jump inside every available wardrobe?
Laugh didn't even sound like a laugh. That sounded more like a cough. Like a wheezy cough.
Oh dear. From the looks of it, I don't think either of us would fit in here. It's full of beautiful garments. They look like made to be used on stage. Too bad, I was hoping Nikamina's little animal friend might be hiding here. Okay, what else? Bed. Oh, I can't examine the bed.
Always the bed.
Let's check the shelving. These books have all fallen over, not a single one is left standing. Suzuto's gonna fix it again. Is that the statue of the Guardian of the God of the Sea? It's fallen on its side. Wait a minute. I feel like we've seen something like this before. In Asogi's cabin. Do you think, by any chance, that Miss Nikamina knocked all these things over when she was practicing her dancing? First it's swordplay, now it's dancing. Well then. Did you make her lose her temper, causing her to knock everything down in her fury? Like I've been saying, please stop blaming everything that happens on me. Anyway, let me put things back as they were. This would also bother me otherwise. Well, okay, let's see what's over here. There's a plate on the floor. Wonder if she eats on the floor as well. I think it fell. Looks like someone placed it on there on purpose. Oh, is it really true then? Has the ship sprung a leak here? Huh? What? Do you think it's okay? Surely it must be. Surely we're still safe, right? Even if it was a small leak, I don't think we'll be in danger of sinking.
Putting out food for the animal, probably.
Probably, yeah. Yeah. That makes sense, right? Right? We're gonna be just fine. Good grief. She's worried about sinking. Bless her. But that won't be the only thing that's going down. There's nothing inside the teapot. Russians are known to drink a lot because their throats are always dry, right? More likely, since Miss Nikamina arrived last night, she hasn't had time to make any tea yet. I suppose either one could be correct. But I bet 2 copper coins that it's because their throats are always dry. Now you're just being stubborn, Naruto. Coat hangers. What is the pipe about? No, not gonna even look at the pipe. let's look at the vent. So this air duct is connected to a Sogi's cabin, right? Well, let's find out. I don't understand why it's built that way. You would say that in the unlikely event of a gas leak, the person next door would notice. But wouldn't that mean the person next to the room would also be breathing the gas? Oh, yeah, a point. So there's a Sogi saw a speckled band around that vent last night. Let's see. What's on this door? I see this door is also equipped with an iron bolt, just like the one in the Sogi's cabin. Once the bolt is locked in place, gaining entrance to the cabin is impossible, unless you break it down. This bolt, it appears to be rather small and light, but it's heavy enough not to slip out of place. And the door is also iron, so you couldn't use a magnet from the outside to move the bolt. Interesting. Moreover, the door is sealed to prevent the entry of seawater during an emergency. So as a result, a needle and thread trick couldn't be used on this door. So like the stuff I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
Using string, so it's sealed. Okay, again, I can see why it's not far-fetched to cast suspicions on me for the crime. What else is there?
This crime is the big thing.
Big think.
Mm.
Ooh, there's a bin. If,
Oh,
anything, if Pokemon's taught me anything, I need to look in bins. Should we take a peek inside?
The power of bin.
It's not polite to rummage around in other people's waste paper buckets. She's looking at me like I'm the only waste around here. Well, I suppose we can make an exception considering the circumstances. That's right, the circumstances, of course.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, circumstances, yeah.
Looking through the looking through the trash.
Yeah. Nope, only trash here. There's hardly any rubbish in here at all, waste paper or otherwise. That's rather disappointing. Oh, is there something else? Oh, there's actually stuff on the desk. There are only a few books on this desk. Well, Miss Nicomina did only just arrive in this cabin last night after all. On that topic, I wonder what kind of book she reads. Good question. Let's take a look here. It's written in Russian. So she's just flipping through that book and then just deducted that. Russian. Nice. I could have guessed that, so hearing it from you. Well, asking me for anything other than that is rather unfair. Oh, God. Some of the humour in this is just brilliant. So, what am I missing? Oh, I'm missing this again. How many times do we have to read the regulations? Do not store any dangerous goods, such as weapons and animals in the cabins. Yay. Must have seen this notice before hiding her animal in the trunk. Her friend, as it were. But now her friend has disappeared from the trunk and has gone missing. I suppose I might be enjoying a leisurely stroll from the ship. Then I pray Mr. Stroganoff doesn't find it and decide to throw it into the sea. That would be pretty bad. Oh, okay, of course there's one more thing, isn't there? I might search everything? Like, really? Oh. This is the same as the one we saw in... Oh, ribbon. Wow. We call it a call bell. Well, might as well give it a quick tug. Sister just grabbed the rope and yanked it without any hesitation. Well, it seems nobody came. Just like last time, but I'm sure that everyone's still busy. I'm more thinking...
Probably fine for her to yank the bell when they're trying to stuff, but
Yeah, they're trying to investigate. Like, come on,
yeah.
Tizzo. You
Shoot him.
stupid
Hold.
guy. Ridiculous.
Hypocrisy is in the.
Yeah, so much hypocrisy is going on right now. So what am I missing? So we've done the rubbish, we've done everything else. Coat hooks, no. Wow, come on. I'm having to scan everything. Where? I'm confused now. Where am I supposed to be looking?
The little pipe I told you about, the little gray one. Can you click on that one?
Nothing. Nothing on there.
What about the lamp?
The lamp, nothing. Nothing, nothing. Wait a minute.
Coat hangers?
Done the coat hangers, can't seem to spot anything. We've already checked there.
Move it aimlessly around the screen.
Yeah, basically.
So like a part you can zoom in on?
No.
Alright, try moving back and try to do with the thing, like on the side you can...
What I'm gonna do is go back and move.
Yeah, I mean, it probably wants you to move. Unlike, unless it's like the see anything. And I think maybe...
I'm just thinking. Examine the call bell on this side. I know what this is. It's an apparatus known as the call bell. It's an apparatus? Indeed. I've seen them in books on the culture of Greek British Empire. They're used in countries, you pull the rope, the ring on the bell, and the servant appears. When you say it like that, it sounds like sorcery. Let's try ringing it. Yes, let's do it. As part of our research for Western culture. I wonder if nobody came because we're Japanese. Oh, trust me, I came because you're Japanese. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
I mean, what? No, don't be silly. I'm sure everyone just has their hands full right now. Oh, dear. Okay, let's check the study again. This is where Asogi writes first. Journal, 1 hour. Yeah, we know this. I'm just checking because nothing is moving forward. When I look at his journal sitting open like that, it's hard to believe he's gone. Kazuma left a valuable clue. And with it, I'm sure we'll be able to solve this mystery. Right, of course we will. Sounds so confident. Let's talk to this guy again. You, where have you been? No, can't talk to him. Oh yeah, the shoe polish. It's quite a beautiful colour, don't you think? From the looks of it, some small object broken in half. Oh, come on. There are also some dark brownish red marks on the floor. Appears to be shoe polish, at least according to the great detective over there. I agree with him. It must have been scraped off of the customer's boots. Well, you can say that, but what makes him so sure it's specifically shoe polish? Right, that's because he's the great detective after all. What other reasons do you need? I mean, probably some evidence, some material evidence on that one. Oh, come on, I'm clicking everything here. This is Ace Attorney in a nutshell. Hmm? What did you say?
Have you checked the cheese outside?
I haven't yet, no. Well, I have before. Okay, all these things falling onto the floor. This room is a disaster in many ways.
It seems pretty integral. I assume that it has a purpose, so...
Maybe, yeah.
It's worth a chat. It's worth a shot.
Like, we've searched far and wide. I'm gonna go back into here and see if anything has changed. This is getting under my skin now. Am I checking everything over and over again? Let's see what it's saying.
That's strange. Is there like any other place?
No. Let's go into the inside hallway. Just gonna check the cheese again. No, don't want to press that button. No, already checked. Okay, check the door. This is the door to the Necromina's cabin. Oh, come on. I didn't see any visitors coming and going in the hallway right now. Finally get the chance to investigate as much as we want. I'm not sure if that's how it's going to go. But there may be some important things left to examine in the community.
Oh, we're certainly investigating. That much is certain.
Yeah. Oh, there's what? Sherlock Holmes. I mean, let's be real here. Who wanted to check that? Wow, you'll never know.
Wait, what'd you check?
Who do you think? Sherlock Holmes.
He's just randomly over there.
Yeah, he's just randomly in the hallway, you know. He appears to be stealing glances at something between hums. La la la, la la la, la la la, the greatest detective of all. Even though we're clearly staring at him, he's still singing his heart out.
Things.
He does seem to be in high spirits. Oh, his name, his wondrous name. Everyone knows it, nary a soul denies it.
His own theme song?
Yeah, apparently so. Excuse me. Lone yet supreme, yes, his name is Sherlock Holmes. What? You again? Ice. We scared him.
Give him the good old spoop.
Yeah.
Give him the spoop.
Gave him his the line to finish off his song. Watch you again. He's trying to fight us now. He's ready to fight. Squaring off. Don't disturb people while they're singing. I was about to reach the crescendo. Well, You kept building up to your name, but never saying it.
What's this boxing stance?
I know! So I thought I'd do it for you. You were this close to getting a face full of my prized right hook. Alright, I get it. Can you please put those fists of fury away now?
Sorry, Clarkson, you don't want to you know what happened last time you punched someone.
So, Mr. Holmes, we seem to have caught you in the middle of investigating something just now. Ah, yes, I suppose you mean this. Why, this is a ship's log. That outrageously muscular sailor wrote in it before you left. The ship's log? Was there anything unusual written in it? The contents of last night's entry are practically blank after 2 AM. So in other words, there was nothing out of the ordinary last night. What more could I expect from a Japanese exchange student clad in darkness? Huh? You've got it backwards, my young friend. What? If you look at some of the other pages, I think you'll understand. It appears the good sailor's assignment was to keep close watch in this corridor. The typical regulation is to record nothing unusual in the log every 30 minutes or so. Every 30 minutes or so? What? Nothing unusual. Needless to say, if nothing of note occurred, nothing unusual will be written here. But as it so happens, the log entry for last night is blank. There are no reports at all. So, could it possibly mean that one of the sailors wasn't keeping watch?
Maybe.
It was the butler.
Butler did it.
The butler did it. So, it slipped his mind to write nothing unusual in the ship's log. Surely this information found would be worth taking note of. I mean, yeah, very true. Looks like his self-proclaimed title as Great Detective at least has some merit. Now you're seeing... now it seems you are finally beginning to grasp why I'm the famous Mr. Holmes. He's laughing so hard. Ow, 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 ow. Oh. He's hurting. Is something wrong? No, I'm fine. My head has just been rather heavy today. Perhaps one could say it's pounding. Everyone's head's pounding. Everyone got pounded. Well then, lady and gentlemen, may our paths cross again. That humming is finally trailing off. What's on your mind, Scissortoe? You seem to be lost in thought. Well, to be honest, mine has been hurting as well. Huh? Everyone's head's hurting. Ever since this morning, my head has felt so heavy for some reason. It's like a constant pounding. So you too, then? Everyone's head's pounding. Everyone is here.
Na 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 na.
Oh, ring, 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 ring. Everyone's... Oh, the alarm's going off. Woo,
Your alarm's going off?
Warning, this is not a drill. A ship has been confirmed 500 yards ahead. We'll make a sharp turn to avoid collision. All hands prepared for possible impact. Oh! Titanic! It sounds as if our ship is...
It's my favorite Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah. It sounds as if our ship is about to collide with another. Oh, the ship's tilting. Oh no, I'm losing my footing. Scissortoe, grab onto me. Yeah. Whoa. Scissortoe, are you alright? Are you injured? No, I'm fine. Thank you very much. Blimey.
I mean, indeed.
Yeah, it looks like we avoided the collision. The ship has... It appears that the ship has stopped. Are you hurt at all? No, I'm okay. Hello, is everyone there? Please respond. That voice. It's Detective Hosonaga. Is that not you, Naruto? Please undo the bolt, quickly. The bolt... Oh!
Oh.
Oh, it locked itself. The bolt. It's locked. Suzuto, did you bolt the door? No, I didn't touch it at all. That's strange. How did it... And... These books. Ah, it locked itself, so... Oh...
Oh.
The plausibility of it being a locked room case can be disputed. The emergency stop was too flashy to have simply been called a mystery. It was certain that would be something unpleasant awaiting us beyond the door. I couldn't help but think of it as slowly began to clean up the dishevelled room. To be continued. And I think I'll probably leave it there until next time.
Oh, so does that mean I'm skedaddling, skedoodling?
Oh, I believe so. It's been pretty fun, actually.
Indeed, it has. Yeah.
It's been pretty chill. So we're still on this ship, not knowing if we're going to be making it out alive or not. And we got a crazy detective that likes to hum like Mangs.
Yeah.
Either way, I can't wait until the next one.
Absolutely, same here.
It's been a pleasure having you with me today.
Pleasure's all mine.
Well, may I call on you again soon?
Absolutely, sure.
Brilliant. Okay, so if you want to leave any outro, say so now.
Savannah, family, blah.
Wonderful, we'll leave it there. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for everyone for watching stuff.
Thank you very much, Ghost Aggron.